Ready to break into a rewarding career? Elwood National Forge can help. Elwood National Forge produces critical defense-rated parts to all branches of the United States military, meaning each day our employees are doing their part to support the men and women protecting our country. With multiple positions currently available and several career paths to choose from, Elwood National Forge offers on-site and on-the-job training, competitive pay and benefits, including 401k and insurance that start the date of hire, paid time off, and long-term job security. We'd love to support you in building a career. To learn more about becoming part of the Elwood National Forge family, visit enfjobs.com.
For all your automotive needs, look no further than the Warren Tire Center. From new tires to tire repairs, PA state inspections, wheel alignments, and auto detailing, there's so much more that we can do for you, and there's no reason to go anywhere but the Warren Tire Center in Warren, Pennsylvania. With over 40 years of serving the Warren and surrounding communities, it's always been a great day at the Warren Tire Center. We offer same-day service and walk-ins are welcome. Open Monday through Friday from 7:30 a.m. to 5 p.m., the Warren Tire Center can be reached at 814-723-8050 and on the web at warrentirecenter.com.
You've got dreams. Might even be something big. Imagine what you could do with the right solutions. Secured against evolving threats and set up to make the right decisions faster. At Acrisure, we help protect and grow everything you've worked so hard to build. We are the brightest people using the best of technology. We are an extraordinary advantage for you. We are Acrisure.
Here at the Warren County Chamber of Business and Industry, we like to focus on our community and help our local businesses expand and succeed.
Why join WCCBI? Not only do we offer a way for local businesses to grow and prosper, but we also provide business development, community involvement, and member benefits.
Becoming a member of WCCBI includes benefits such as networking and ribbon cutting.
Become a member or to see additional information, visit WCCBI.org today.
With locations in Shippensville and Tionesta, Tionesta Builder Supply is a full-service home improvement center specializing in everything you need to build or remodel your home. From power tools and accessories to paint and sundries and general hardware merchandise, Tionesta Builders has everything you need to get your project done quickly. Find out more at tionestabuilders.us and like them on Facebook.
At AGI Industries in Clarendon, our state-of-the-art fabrication facility brings your custom-engineered products to life. With cutting-edge machinery and skilled professionals, we deliver precision-crafted solutions tailored to your needs. From trench box and storage container rentals to sandblasting, refurbishing, and painting equipment, plus expert metal fabrication, compressor stations, filters, separators, ASME vessels, and pig loaders, AGI Industries is your one-stop shop for quality and innovation. Call 814-728-6050 for more information or to secure a rental.
When it's your special day, we know you want everything to be just perfect. That's why at the Allegheny Grill in Foxburg, we spared no expense in creating our new indoor-outdoor wood-framed event center with waterfalls, gorgeous views of the Allegheny River, a fire pit, and plenty of parking. The Allegheny Grill in Foxburg will take care of everything from catering to bartending, so all you have to do is bring the fun. We do it all for your wedding, anniversary party, corporate event, and so much more. One look at our new facility and we know you'll fall in love. And remember, the view is always free at the Allegheny Grill in Foxburg, PA.
Providing in-depth audio, video, and written coverage of high school and small college sports across Western Pennsylvania. The YDL Sports Network. If you love sports, this is the place to be.
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to the Pasture of Pain here at Eisenhower High School. It is high school football on your daily local and the YDL Sports Network, where tonight the 1-1 Eisenhower Knights welcome in the 0-2 Iroquois Braves for a District 10 Region 3 matchup. This is the Casella pregame show. Fans are an essential part of any team. Visit Casella.com to join our team today. Casella, our people, your team. Tonight's stream is powered by Oil Country Crates. Your products, our protection. OilCountryCrates.com. And you are on the Warren Tire Center. Drive to the game, the Warren Tire Center. Make sure you get to the game in comfort. Visit them in town, in downtown Warren on Pennsylvania Avenue, Warren Tire Center. And again, a very pleasant evening. A little breezy this evening up here on the hill in Russell. Brian Hagberg, Cody Elms with you on your daily local on the YDL Sports Network. And Cody, before we get started here, I do want to take a minute. I want to say thank you to you. I want to say thank you to Scott Lockwood and the guys over at Deej Experience. Thank you to Warren AD, John Sittler, the athletic staff, Chris Black, Clay Hayes here at Eisenhower. And thank you to Alan Siebert and Lou Viz, our broadcast colleagues, for switching things around this week so I could take care of some family business. My father-in-law passed away last Friday afternoon, and I want to thank all of you guys for stepping up and filling in my place. And I want to thank everybody that took time to send their well wishes and condolences. It means a lot to me and my family. So thank you to anybody who had a part in helping us get through this time. And we're doing okay, but it was a big loss. But life will go on, and looking forward to getting back in the action here tonight. Back in our old stomping ground, familiar stomping grounds for you and I up here at Eisenhower High School.
Well, and on that note, some people may not know, but we've known each other far longer than we've been broadcasting together. Same thing with Sittler. A lot of us have known each other for decades. So the relationships amongst each other aren't just professional. There's a lot of personal relationships. So we had no problem. It wasn't any issue for anybody to adjust schedules or responsibilities.
All right, with that, anyways, we do have a football game here tonight.
We do.
I mentioned it. It has been a bit breezy up here on the hill. Looks like it's blowing. I'm a little directionally challenged at times. So let's see. So north is that way. So it's blowing west to east.
You have to lick your finger. It's not official.
Or from right to left on the video screen, as you folks at home can see. So could play into this game. Iroquois likes to pass, so when they're going into the wind, could be a little more difficult for them. I know Bryson Wilkins, the kicker for Eisenhower, has a big leg, but again, if it comes down to something like that at the end of the game, the direction you're going could play a major role here tonight.
Yeah, and it's not like it's been like a steady wind that you can kind of calibrate your kicks to, practice to. It's a lot of whipping winds that have, and maybe it's just up here by the press box area, but it seems like it's a lot of whipping winds that come in bursts, and there's really no way to game plan for that, and it's hard to practice for that because when you're doing your pre-game kicks, if it's not windy, you don't have to make any adjustments.
It's certainly much better conditions than what these two teams played in a year ago. Met on September 6th in the 2024 season. There was a 7-0 Eisenhower win, and that game was played in a downpour. It was one of the few games that actually went start to finish that week. You and I that week were out in Smethport. Mm-hmm. And we got about a quarter into our game when the skies opened up. There was lightning and all kinds of crazy stuff going on, and our game ended up getting canceled. They never did make that up. And that was the week that Warren and Franklin, who are again playing this week, and if you're looking for that game, head to the Your Daily Local YDL Sports Network YouTube channel, so you can find it there. Alan Siebert and Lou Visit down in Franklin. And they ended up playing half the game on Friday and half the game on Saturday, but Eisenhower and Iroquois, they stuck it out, and Eisenhower ended up running for over 200 yards. Caleb Jacobzak had 109 and a touchdown, the game's only touchdown on the ground. And somehow Iroquois still threw for 135 yards in that game. Torrential downpour.
Yeah, and we're not going to see that tonight. Tonight, the offensive playbooks are opened up. Nothing weather-wise is going to hold anybody back. So I expect both teams to come out and attempt to do what they do best.
And so, again, question marks for Iroquois. We talk about they like to throw a lot, but they've had to turn to a freshman quarterback, Chase Copeland, with senior Cole Bennett been injured a week ago. Looking at pregame warm-ups, I did not see Bennett out there warming up here tonight, so it looks like Iroquois is going to be without him again. And he brings that added dimension of being a dual-threat quarterback and get you some tough yards on the ground where Copeland really hasn't he didn't run last week. We'll put it that way. Right. But Bennett's a difference maker back there. But Copeland last week, 15 of 30 for 171 yards, pair of touchdowns with 3 interceptions, and you'll have that sometimes from freshmen. It's at any level, right? Freshmen in high school and college, rookies at the NFL level will sometimes be prone to those mistakes, but they've got to get those cleaned up quickly if they want to get on the winning track here.
Yeah. Turnovers for any team are going to, whatever offensive success that you have, that's a drive killer and it's a momentum killer. Copeland has that one game. It's amazing what one game of film can do as a player when you're looking at that and you're going, oh, yeah, I shouldn't have thrown that ball.
Yeah.
Or I shouldn't take that chance. It's hard to adjust and fix that in real time or until you get practical experience. But being able to go and watch a game's worth of game film and game's worth of game film and try to build off of that. And just the key for him is just to not repeat his mistakes.
Yeah.
I mean, you just want to try to, if you made 10 mistakes last game, try to drop it down to 7 and do that throughout the season. And your offense will find success behind that.
And when they do go to the air, Noah Olowinski is the leading receiver, 8 catches, 117 yards. Ethan Alderson has 6 grabs for 84 yards and all 3 passing touchdowns. Bennett did have a passing touchdown in the season opener. And then on the ground, Trayvon Scott has the most yardage. He's 10 carries for 78 yards and a touchdown. But Muhammad Al-Kahami has been the workhorse with 21 carries, but he's only turned that into 31 yards.
Yeah, and, Eisenhower has typically played a pretty stingy upfront defense, so the Braves are going to have to work for every yard that they get, where they might find success because going off of previous years and just kind of the way that Eisenhower has designed their defense, they're pretty tough up front. So it might be Trayvon Scott breaking some free around the outside or something like that, trying to get that big yardage play. But at the end of the day, it's going to be Al-Kahami who has to pound the rock.
And with that, we're going to take a quick break. Before we do that, we're going to let you know our view of the field this evening is brought to you by Venango County. There's always something to see and do in Venango County. Visit them online, venangocountypas.gov. And a shout out to our cameraman tonight, which at least to start things off is me.
Yeah, we'll see. You never know who might show up.
You never know. With that, we're going to take a quick break. We'll be back with more of the Casella pregame show right here on your daily local, the YDL Sports Network.
Here in Warren County, Seneca Generation delivers more than electricity. We provide clean, reliable power, and we're proud to call this community home. Our team is committed to giving back, supporting local programs, and helping create opportunities that make a difference for families, schools, and neighborhoods. Because powering homes means empowering lives. Seneca Generation, powering your home, empowering our community.
Icy Ink Screen Printing and Embroidery offers screen printing and embroidery on apparel as well as on cool gear like backpacks, window decals, and engraved tumblers. We also specialize in team, business, and organization fundraisers. Check out our Icebox stores online at icyinc.com or give us a call at 814-688-0034. Let's meet, drink coffee, and design some cool shirts. Be cool, wear Icy.
If you're ready to buy or sell your home, then stop in at 4234 Market Street to let one of the agents at Howard Hanna Professionals help. Our friendly and knowledgeable agents can help you find the key to your dream home. Looking for a new career? Howard Hanna Professionals can help there too. Howard Hanna Professionals will assist new and experienced agents with the startup fees for an exciting career in real estate. Call Katrina Laurie at 814-726-2000 for more information.
We think Ross Becker Insurance is a place for you and for your family, for your individuals, for your businesses, because we want to be your insurance advisor. We're local. We're knowledgeable. We have contracts with all different insurance carriers to customize and fit the right insurance program for your needs. We're here. You can come sit down with us, talk to us one-on-one, sit across from the kitchen table, sit across from our desks, and we can give you good insurance advice, how you can save money, where you don't want to save money and skimp out on coverage. And so we're there to help balance that and give you good insurance advice, good risk management advice. So after you have a claim disaster, you can have confidence that your family, your businesses, your cars, your assets are best protected.
If you want to enhance your skills or gain an entirely new skill set, now's the time to register for classes at the Warren Forest High Ed Council. Registration for the 2025-26 Youth Leadership Program for students in grades 6 through 8 is now open. Secure your student spot today. Make 2025 the year you take the next step with a phlebotomy course, professional development seminars, a welding course, and a scam prevention seminar. Go to high-ed.org or call 814-723-3222 to register now. The Warren Forest High Ed Council, your access to lifelong learning.
And welcome back to the Casella pregame show here, getting set for tonight's matchup between the Eisenhower Knights and the Iroquois Braves. Brian Heidberg, Cody Elms with you on your daily local YDL Sports Network. I want to thank everybody for tuning in this evening. And welcome into the AGI Industries Storage Containers broadcast booth. AGI Industries is your one-stop shop for quality and innovation. Call 814-728-6050 for more information or to secure a rental. And Cody, the Knights come into this one. This is their home opener this season. Spent the first 2 weeks on the road and picked up a thrilling win at Sagertown a week ago. They led 28-13 at the half. Panthers came all the way back to tie it at 28, and then with 31 seconds left, it was, guess who? Caleb Jacobczak finding the end zone and getting Eisenhower its first win of the season. And Jacobczak has just been an absolute force for them on the offensive side of the ball. Completed 14 of 23 passes for 186 yards and a touchdown with 2 interceptions. Has run 25 times for 295 yards and 5 touchdowns.
Yeah, he is, and I'll get into this a little bit with players to watch, and we're going to say his name a lot tonight.
Yeah,
but that offense 100% runs through him. If you look at the receivers. There's only one guy, Nolan Jensing, that has 5 receptions.
Nolan
Giesing, sorry.
Yeah.
Apologies. See, it's better to get it right now than to do it later. Giesing. But he has 5 receptions. That leads the receivers in receptions. So he's spreading the ball out, and he's the lead running back, for lack of better terms, with 25 carries, 295 yards. But he's averaging 11.8 yards per carry. So he's getting big yards with these carries. We haven't been able to watch the last 2 games, but from speaking with people who have been there, a lot of it's scrambling, rollouts, things like that. He's taking advantage of opportunities. So as long as he can stay upright and not put his body in a dangerous position, this offense should have a good night.
This is really for as long as Jim Penley's been the coach here at Eisenhower, which is a long time, has really been primarily a run-first team.
Oh, yeah.
And you see that, we mentioned Jacobczak, 295 yards. Logan Penley's got 28 carries for 131 yards and 2 scores, and then Nolan Giesing has 18 for 120 and a touchdown on the ground. So, really a contrasting styles here where Iroquois wants to kind of throw the ball around. Eisenhower just wants to pound it and pound it and pound it and kind of beat you into submission offensively.
Yeah, and however they need to get it done, whether it's with Jacobczak or whether it's with Penley or Giesing or occasionally it's Gelati in there, if it's worked,
yeah,
you don't need to fix it if it's not broken.
Well, yeah, there's a reason Jim Penley's been the coach here for as long as he has.
It more or less has worked. Now, where that can backfire is with that pass-heavy offense on the opposite side of the field. Any passing offense has the opportunity to score quickly, and if you end up falling behind by a couple of touchdowns early on in the game, then it can get a little dicey because now you're putting Jacobczak, who has he's 14 to 23, 186 yards, 2 interceptions, 1 touchdown. Those aren't bad stats,
sure,
but you're putting him in an unfamiliar position to have to carry the load. and that's not ideal.
And I want to let you know our Rouse scoreboard tonight is powered by Seneca Generation. Our scoreboard tonight is brought to you by Rouse. Rouse is caring for generations. Visit rouse.org to find out more. And our board is powered by Seneca Generation. Seneca Generation, powering your home, empowering our community. With that, we're going to take another quick break. We'll be back with our players to watch and keys to the game. This is the Casella pregame show on your daily local, the YDL Sports Network.
Founded in 1978 and headquartered in Warren, Pennsylvania General Energy has become a leading oil and natural gas producer in the Appalachian Basin. PGE is a proud and growing organization making positive contributions to the region's economy and environment. We are equally proud of our commitment to safety and environmental programs. PGE is a strong, family-oriented company that believes in giving back to the communities in which we live, work, and play. PGE, producing the energy we need, protecting the environment we treasure.
Allegheny Electric Service of St. Mary's has been providing industrial and commercial electrical solutions for over 35 years. They offer complete design, build, installation, and maintenance of automated systems for a variety of industries. Allegheny Electric designs and installs wiring and lighting for any size project, big or small. And when you find yourself in a jam, they'll get your machine or facility back up and running in no time. Call Allegheny Electric Service at 814-781-1940 or visit AlleghenyElectric.com. Looking for affordable auto, home, and life insurance? Look no further than Allstate Insurance, the David Jones Agency in Clarion and Meadville. At the David Jones Agency, you get personalized attention from someone who lives where you do. The David Jones Agency meets you where you are. They are available during regular business hours, Monday through Friday at their office, via appointment at the office after hours, or remotely. The David Jones Agency also offers investment opportunities, including annuities and IRAs. The David Jones Agency can be reached in Clarion at 814-223-4000 and in Meadville at 814-337-5107. Whether retirement is just around the corner or years away, John Bongiovanni, Lucas Slazak, and Adam Jack of Generational Wealth Management in Erie and Bradford are here for you. John, a Forbes-recognized best-in-state wealth advisor, Lucas and Adam provide customized investment advisory solutions and retirement planning services. Generational Wealth Management offers world-class investment services and internationally recognized insurance products from Northwestern Mutual, an industry leader. The Generational Wealth Management team provides a high level of expertise and service to their professional and business clients. Contact the Erie office at 814-651-0838 or the Bradford office at 814-368-4065 or check them out online at gwm.nm.com.
Discover radiant beauty with Healing Beauty by KJ. Our natural, cruelty-free skincare line harnesses the power of nature to nourish and rejuvenate your skin. From hydrating serums to soothing creams, find your perfect routine. Shop now at shophealingbeauty.com for exclusive offers and free shipping on orders over $50. Healing Beauty by KJ. Glow naturally. Shine beautifully.
Contestants.
So welcome back to the Casella Show at Eisenhower High School. We're about 6.5 minutes away from kickoff here between the Knights and the Iroquois Braves. Brian Hagberg, Cody Elms with you on your daily local YDL Sports Network. And Cody, let's get to our Warren County Chamber of Business and Industry players to watch. Find out what the Chamber Advantage is all about at WCCBI.org.
We'll start with the visitors, the Iroquois Braves. Ethan Alderson, as we mentioned earlier, has the Braves' only 3 receiving touchdowns. It'll be interesting to see where Coach Penley for the Knights wants to give the Braves offense some cushion and wiggle room. If he chooses to go heavy on Olowinski, who leads with 8 receptions, 117 yards, that gives Alderson the opportunity to find those holes, and he's proven he can take advantage of it. On the home team's side, for the Knights, Cameron Jacobzak leads with 295 yards on the ground, 186 yards in the air. He has 5 of the Knights' 9 touchdowns this season. As we mentioned, the offense runs through the quarterback, and for the Knights to succeed today, he must take command early and set that tone.
All right, those were our WCCBI players to watch. Visit them online, wccbi.org. And now for our Howard Hanna Professionals Keys to the Game. Howard Hanna Professionals can help you get the keys to a new home. Call 814-726-2000 or visit howardhannaprofessionals.com.
Okay, and back to the Braves. The Braves have lost 2 close games. The first one to Cochranton, 20-12, who went on to handle Union City 55-13. Then last week to Conneaut, 23-13, who in week 1 beat Warren 48-6. Talking with head coach Manny Johnson, he more or less said that they need to clean things up, keep their composure, and if they can do that tonight, they might just find their first win. On the Warren side, or on the Eisenhower side, then 2 weeks of Warren, that's what happens. On the Eisenhower side, they should be able to establish the run early. The only drawback that I see for the Knights tonight will be if the self-inflicted mistakes such as penalties. The Knights had upwards of like 100 yards in penalties last week. That cannot happen if they want to win tonight.
All right, those were our Howard Hanna Professionals Keys to the Game. We will be right back with the opening kickoff right after this.
Golfing at one of the prettiest golf courses around is what you get when you play around at Hunter Station Golf Club just outside of Tonesta. Located in the Allegheny Mountains with a spectacular view of the Allegheny River, Hunter Station offers something for everyone. The rolling hills of the front nine, coupled with a back nine situated along the banks of the Allegheny River, create some of the best views in all of northwestern PA. And when you're done with your round, enjoy a delicious meal or a cold drink in our restaurant and bar. Looking for a place to stay? Hunter Station has you covered there too with play and stay packages. Find out more at hunterstation.com. Need plumbing, heating, or air conditioning services in Western PA? Then call Luton's Plumbing, Heating, and Air Conditioning in Clarion today at 814-226-8695. At Luton's Plumbing, Heating, and Air Conditioning, we believe that a service-oriented business like ours should give you quality care and a quick response time. That's why we stand on our promise, offering you reliable 24-hour service that gets your job done right when you need it. We can also be found on the web at lutonsplumbing.com. Again, that number is 814-226-8695. Craft beer, craft food, craft service. You get it all and more at Station 101 in DuBois. Whether it's your relaxing evening with friends at Cozy Family Dinner or that special night out with someone unforgettable, Station 101 is the place where memories are made. Dive into a new American culinary journey where every bite is made with premium, farm-fresh ingredients. Quench your thirst with our impressive craft beer lineup, 12 brews on tap, over 120 bottles to explore. From the first sip to the last bite, Station 101 delivers an experience that's anything but ordinary. Station 101 in DuBois, PA, crafted for you.
Have a fender bender? We can mender at Park Avenue Motor Car. Bring your vehicle to Ron and the crew at Park Avenue Motor Car, 7 South Carver Street in Warren, or call 814-726-9728. Park Avenue Motor Car, proudly serving Warren County for 30 years.
Wise Eyes of DuBois and St. Mary's are premier eye care facilities here in our Tri-County area. Their offices and eye care team are dedicated to providing excellence in patient care, eye education, and optical services. Dr. Greg Lineski is a leader in clinical eye care involving eye and vision disorders. Dr. Lineski takes the time to explain the results of your eye exam, describes your options, and listens to your eye care needs, because maintaining good eye health is an ongoing partnership at Wise Eyes of DuBois and St. Mary's.
Are you transporting steel or other unique products? Then you need to check out Oil Country Crates. Oil Country Crates supplies certified wood crates or pallets for shipping steel and other products. Oil Country Crates can ship crates throughout the United States and overseas as well, thanks to their ISPM 15 inspection stamp. Oil Country Crates is dedicated to providing prompt and reliable services to all of its customers while abiding to all shipping regulations. Find out more at oilcountrycrates.com. Oil Country Crates, your products, our protection.
And we're back here at Eisenhower High School. Captains are at midfield for the ceremonial coin toss. We're about a minute away from the opening kickoff between the Eisenhower Knights and the Iroquois Braves in a District 10 Region 3 matchup right here on your daily local YDL Sports Network.
Looks like the Knights won the toss and chose to decline.
All right, so Iroquois will get the ball to start this game. Our first quarter tonight is brought to you by Elwood National Forge. It's never too soon nor too late to set another goal or dream another dream. If now is the time for you, Elwood National Forge can help. With multiple positions currently available and several career paths to choose from, Elwood National Forge offers on-site and on-the-job training, competitive pay, and benefits including 401k and insurance to start the date of hire, paid time off, and long-term job security. To learn more about becoming part of the Elwood National Forge family, visit enfjobs.com. Tonight's game is also being brought to you in part by the Lander Hope Clinic. Medical care for your whole family. Call 0011 or visit landandhopeclinic.com to request an appointment. And again, Brian Hagberg, Cody Elms with you here on your daily local YDL Sports Network. We are just about set to get this one underway. Again, Knights won the toss, elected to defer. And again, we talked about it. It's been a fairly strong breeze here tonight, Cody. And so I think maybe they wanted the choice of end zone.
And that makes perfect sense, especially if you're trying to establish your offense early.
Mm-hmm.
Maybe start out with a turnover on an errant pass because of the wind.
And so it'll be Bryce Wilkins to kick off for Eisenhower. Trayvon Scott and Muhammad El-Kahami back deep to receive for the Braves, but if history tells us anything, this ball is not going to get back to them.
No.
And he does kick it deep, so here's what I know. Into the end zone for a touchback.
By number 20, Bryce Wilkins through the end zone for a touchback.
Well, we used to know things.
We did.
And apparently we no longer do.
2 weeks makes a difference.
So we're at their own 20. And it will be number 4, Chase Coughlin, taking the snaps. No Cole Bennett for Iroquois here tonight. And a handoff right up the middle. And plowing ahead, that is number 16, Cameron Cadden, getting the carry.
Head for 2. 2nd and 8.
Two-yard gain makes it 2nd and 8. Oakland looking to throw and just past the outstretched arms of Noah Owalinski. We'll bring up our first 3rd down of the ball game. It'll be a 3rd down and 8. When you get backed up on 3rd and long, call Luton's Plumbing, Heating, and Air Conditioning to get you moving again. Visit them online, lutonsplumbing.com. And Iroquois up to the line quickly. Oakland, 3 receivers to the near side, and he gets Grayson Linkerhoff to jump and turn this from a 3rd and 8 to a 3rd and 3.
Five-yard penalty, 3rd and 3.
So much more manageable 3rd down now for the Braves, and got him again. And they're going to get a Tie Nesta Builder Supply 1st down. Pair of penalties against the Knights gives Iroquois a 1st down.
Moves the chains, 1st and 10 at Iroquois.
You know, and Brian, those are the things that we're talking about, mental mistakes. You know, they had the Braves at 3rd and 8 and handed over a 1st down.
So 1st and 10 now at the Iroquois 32. Sends El-Kahami in motion. Give up the middle to Cadden again. Off the right side, and he fights his way forward. Out to the, looks like the 39-yard line. So 7-yard pickup on 1st down. We'll make it 2nd down and 3.
Tackled by a host of Eisenhower Knights.
And give to Cadden again. He's met right at the line of scrimmage. Falls forward. Going to be close to a 1st down. But about a yard shy, so it'll be 3rd and 1.
3rd and 3. 3rd and 1.
So we'll see if he tries to get to Eisenhower to jump again here. He does, and they get him again.
Watch the ball, man.
That hard count with the clap has given Eisenhower fits.
It is resulted in a very animated Coach Penley.
So it's another Ty Nesta Builder Supply first down for Iroquois. This time at the Braves 46. This drive being built by Ty Nesta Builder Supply, online tynestabuilders.us.
Come on, false start.
And Coqueland gives off the right side and met and hit. Dropped for a loss.
Yeah, that play wasn't going anywhere right from the handoff. Coqueland was kind of holding on to that ball there as the running back was trying to take it, and it was just an elongated handoff that allowed the defense to read the play.
It was Alkahami on the carry, loss of 2. Gavin Lindemuth on the stop for Eisenhower. 9:26 to go, Elwood National Forge, first quarter. Coqueland back to pass. Under pressure, escapes. Rolling, firing downfield and out of bounds. So threw that one away. As there were a couple of Knights in the backfield, including Linkerhoff there. And we will have another Luton's Plumbing, Heating, Air Conditioning, third and long for Iroquois. And you got to think the message being sent right now on the Eisenhower sideline is do not jump.
Yeah. Don't move a muscle if you're a half a second late even.
Yeah.
Don't move a muscle. Don't give it to him. You've got him 3rd and 12. You might be able to come out of this drive unscathed after giving up 2 first downs, 3 penalties.
And now changing the formation are the Braves. Twins left. And Coqueland going to give it to Alkahami, and he's hit and dropped in the backfield. That was Bryce Colson in on the stop for Eisenhower. And that will bring up a 4th and about 15.
14-15 for the Braves.
Imagine this will be a punting situation here for Iroquois, as it is Jacobzak back deep to receive. And Carter Kuhn going to do the punting for the Braves.
Interesting that the Braves, who are a pass-heavy team, chose to run there.
Maybe thought they'd catch Eisenhower off guard, expecting a run or a pass, and going for a run. So under 8.5 to go, Elwood National Forge first quarter. And low snap goes through his legs and falls on it, and that's going to be a huge mistake that leads to great field position for Eisenhower's first offensive possession.
Snap, brace and flicker off on that.
So the snap was low, rolled through Kuhn's legs,
19.
and Eisenhower gets it 1st and 10 at the Iroquois 19. Jacobzak under center with Giesing and Penley in the backfield. And give this to Logan Penley off the left side. Falls forward for about 3.
Ball carrier Logan Penley.
8 minutes to go. Elwood National Forge first quarter. No score, Eisenhower and Iroquois. First possession for the Knights. 3-yard gain for Penley will make it 2nd and 7. And they fumble the exchange, and Iroquois falls on it. Jacobzak tried to give it to Giesing, and Giesing just never had it, and the ball came off his hip. So it's a turnover for the Knights. After the big 4th down stop, gives it right back to Iroquois. 7:36 to play, Elwood National Forge first quarter.
Iroquois takes over 1st and 10 from the 17.
So Iroquois gets it right back at its own 16.
And it's things like that, though, that, that's what allows an 0-2 team to get their first win. Is if Iroquois can take advantage of that turnover, it's going to be tough for Eisenhower to even get back into that rhythm again to try to come back.
And it is Akahami taking a direct snap and keeps it himself. And not much there.
Yeah, I don't think that fooled the Eisenhower defense. They're pretty disciplined up front.
Well, I now had a brief conversation with defensive coordinator Jeff O'Brien earlier this evening, and he said they're kind of ready that anytime Akahami takes the direct snap, he's probably going to keep it himself.
Brings up 2nd and 12 for the Braves.
And excuse me, that was Trayvon Scott, not Akahami. Number 3, Trayvon Scott took the snap there. Copeland now back under center, in the gun. And nearly got him again. Second and 8. High snap. Gets it to Cadden. Cadden reverses field. Trying to get to the sideline. Not going to get there. The Eisenhower run defense. I believe that was Lindemuth and Jacobzak in on the stop. No gain. Makes it 3rd and 8 for the Braves.
Yeah, I'm a little confused, Brian. I mean, the Braves came into this as a passing team, and they've kind of went away from their bread and butter, and it hasn't really proven to be overwhelmingly successful.
Well, we talked about, you've got a freshman quarterback. You try to limit his mistakes. You can do that in one way by limiting his opportunities to make mistakes. And this time he rolls. Copeland does, looking, and he's going to be sacked. That was sack number 8, Nolan Giesing with the sack for Eisenhower. We'll make it a 4th and very long. And force another Braves punt pending this penalty flag. Looks like it's against Iroquois and is going to be declined. So
Against Iroquois has been declined.
Will be a 4th down. I couldn't see. The official made the signal as the players were all coming off, so I couldn't see what exactly the penalty was. In that area, I imagine probably a hold. So Jacobzak and number 4, Joe Gelati, back deep to receive for the Knights. And Kuhn standing in his own end zone, a low snap. The last time they tried to punt, this time he gets it and gets it away, but not a great kick. And the Knights are going to let it roll out of bounds at about the Iroquois 26.
So at the end of the day, after the Knights turn the ball over, they more or less have the ball right back where they started their last drive.
5:27 to play. Elwood National Forge first quarter. No score, Eisenhower and Iroquois. And the toss to Logan Penley, and he tried to turn the corner and is not going to get there. Chopped down in the backfield by Olowinski.
Moves forward for 1, brings up 2nd and 9.
No gain on the play. We'll make it 2nd down and 10 as we approach the 5-minute mark here of this Elwood National Forge first quarter. Jacobzak in the gun has Giesing to his left, sends Gelati in motion. And the give is to Gelati, trying to turn the corner on the left side. He does, and then Joe Gelati is going to go forward for about 5 yards. Actually, make that 6 or 7 where that spot is. Make it a 3rd and 3.5.
And Joe Gelati might be 4th on the total yards for the Knights with 8 carries for 45 yards coming into this game. But he actually averages 5.6 yards per carry, which is above Logan Penley.
Jacobzak keeps it himself, avoids a tackle, spins, and falls forward right near the first down mark. And he is right at the 15-yard line, and that is a Tionesta Builder Supply first down for the Knights. Jacobzak under center now. Gives to Penley off the left side. Penley breaks through into the secondary and gets down inside the 10 to about the 7.
Runs forward to the 7. Brings up 2nd and 2 for the Knights.
Second down and 3. And the fumbled snap goes through Jacobzak's legs right to, I believe that's Giesing on the carry. Kind of a unintentional fumblerooski there, Cody. And, or it was Gelati, excuse me, on the carry and got back to the line of scrimmage.
32 Knights.
So nothing really hurt there on that low snap. Gelati in motion. Jacobzak going to keep it himself. And he rolls on the Iroquois defender to pick up the Tionesta Builder Supply first down. Heavy play there by Jacobzak. Fell on the defender, realized he hadn't touched, and just rolled forward.
Yeah, when there's no replay, there's no way to disprove it if he did touch. Yeah. But yeah, it was a heads-up play by Jacobzak and something that comes with experience.
So first and goal now at the 5. This drive being built by Tionesta Builder Supply, online tionestabuilders.us. And Jacobzak gives to Logan Penley, and he falls forward into the end zone for the Eisenhower touchdown. Logan Penley from 5 yards. Wilkins on to attempt the extra point. And the kick is up and good. With 2 minutes to go, the Elwood National Forge first quarter, Eisenhower 7, Iroquois nothing. We'll be right back with more high school football on your daily local, the YDL Sports Network.
Wise Eyes of DuBois and St. Mary's are premier eye care facilities here in our Tri-County area. Their offices and eye care team are dedicated to providing excellence in patient care, eye education, and optical services. Dr. Greg Lineski is a leader in clinical eye care involving eye and vision disorders. Dr. Lineski takes the time to explain the results of your eye exam, describes your options, and listens to your eye care needs. Because maintaining good eye health is an ongoing partnership at Wise Eyes of DuBois and St. Mary's.
Sid Wilkins got that.
And we're back here at Eisenhower High School. A 5-yard Logan Penley run, followed by a Bryce Wilkins kick, has Eisenhower in front of Iroquois 7-0. 2 minutes to go. Elwood National Forge first quarter. Wilkins getting set to kick off here, and it is Alkahami and Scott back deep to receive for Iroquois. Wilkins' first kick went into the end zone for a touchback, and he kicks it deep again, and it goes off Scott's hands. He takes it at the goal line and is met and stopped at the 16. So, again, not great field position for Iroquois, and that's kind of been the story of this first quarter. Even when they got the turnover, they still started inside their own 20.
Yeah, and I would anticipate that they're going to come out this drive and maybe try to get back to what they've been doing the last couple of weeks, get a little bit more air under the ball, so to speak, and especially if they're going to be in the deep holes like this, they're going to want to get big chunks of yardage to at least get away from their own end zone.
So Copeland with Cadden in the backfield, and the give is to Cadden, and he cuts back, has some space, and then is met by a pair of Eisenhower defenders and thrown to the turf. Jacobzak and Gelati in on the stop for Eisenhower. Gain of about 5 for Cadden. Makes it 2nd down and 5 at the 21. And again, Copeland with that hard count gets Eisenhower to jump, and that should be enough for another Time Nesta Builder Supply first down. As we are under 90 seconds to go here in the Elwood National Forge first quarter. And right now, if you're the Iroquois offense, you're going to take any advantage you can get here.
First and 10 plays.
Yeah, I would stick with those hard snaps. I mean, 4 penalties, all of them on the defensive line for the Knights for 20 yards. I believe 3 of those 4 resulting in first downs. That's just unacceptable.
So 1st and 10 now at the Iroquois 26 as the Braves put Alkahami in the backfield with Copeland, and the give is to Alkahami. And he picks up 3, maybe 4 yards. Call it a 4-yard gain out to the, or excuse me, a 3-yard gain out to the 29. We are 40 seconds to go here at Elwood National Forge first quarter. Eisenhower leading Iroquois 7-0. And Scott in the Wildcat takes the snap, keeps it himself, turns upfield, and gains about 5. So it'll be a 3rd down and 2, as that's likely going to be the last play of the Elwood National Forge first quarter, unless the Braves hurry to the line and get another snap off here with 5 seconds. And they're going to try to. No, instead they did not get Eisenhower to jump, and time runs out. I thought they were going to get another penalty, but they do not. So, after 12 minutes of play, Eisenhower 7, Iroquois nothing. High school football on your daily local, the YDL Sports Network.
Ready to break into a rewarding career? Elwood National Forge can help. Elwood National Forge produces critical defense-rated parts to all branches of the United States military, meaning each day our employees are doing their part to support the men and women protecting our country. With multiple positions currently available and several career paths to choose from, Elwood National Forge offers on-site and on-the-job training, competitive pay and benefits, including 401k and insurance that start the date of hire, paid time off, and long-term job security. We'd love to support you in building a career. To learn more about becoming part of the Elwood National Forge family, visit enfjobs.com.
When it's your special day, we know you want everything to be just perfect. That's why at the Allegheny Grill in Foxburg, we spared no expense in creating our new indoor-outdoor wood-framed event center with waterfalls, gorgeous views of the Allegheny River, a fire pit, and plenty of parking. The Allegheny Grill in Foxburg will take care of everything from catering to bartending, so all you have to do is bring the fun. We do it all for your wedding, anniversary party, corporate event, and so much more. One look at our new facility and we know you'll fall in love. And remember, the view is always free at the Allegheny Grill in Foxburg, PA.
First play of the second quarter here at Eisenhower is a 3rd and 2 for Iroquois at its own 34. Copeland in the gun, looking to throw, fires, and it's knocked down. I believe that was Giesing. No, sorry, that was number 6, Cash Moore. That got the hand on it, makes it a 4th and 2. And decision time here for the Braves, and it looks like they're going to keep the offense on the field. And Cody, if the first quarter has told us anything, they're at least going to try a hard count here.
Yeah, I think it stands to reason that they should.
And there was initially, and now Copeland looks to the sideline. See if they try it again.
Take the time out and punt it.
And now Iroquois is going to take a Ross Becker Insurance timeout. Ross Becker Insurance Group, with locations in Corey, Northeast, and Seneca, strives to deliver a personal and beneficial experience to its customers while providing a great place to work for its valued team members. TeamRossBecker.com. That's Ross Becker. And our second quarter tonight is brought to you by Verischetti Holdings. Companies within the Verischetti Holdings Group include Phoenix Centered Metals, Superior Energy Resources, Allegheny Electric Service, and Verischetti & Son Incorporated. Find out more at VerischettiHoldings.com. So first time out of the half for Iroquois. Comes just 4 seconds into this Verischetti Holdings second quarter. Tonight's game also being brought to you in part by Healing Beauty by KJ. For all your hair, makeup, and beauty needs, visit Healing Beauty at 112 Pennsylvania Avenue West in Warren or at shophealingbeauty.com. So we come out of the Ross Becker Insurance timeout, and the Braves send the offense back out on the field here, Cody.
Yeah, I don't really know where the breakdown was prior, unless they were actually going to try to run a play there, not just draw them off.
And Coquelin takes a snap, fires quickly, and he's got Scott. Scott makes a man miss and has enough for the first down on forward progress. And some continuation of action after the play. We saw a bit of that last night in this season opener for the NFL. Always interesting when the Eagles and Cowboys get together.
Absolutely.
Well, that is a Ty-Nesta Builder Supply first down for Iroquois out to the 38. Braves get a fresh set of downs, and Coquelin looking to throw. Has Olowinski, and Olowinski shakes a tackle and picks up a few more yards. And he's going to be close to another Ty-Nesta Builder Supply first down, and in fact has it. 11:23 to play. Verischetti Holdings second quarter. Braves approaching midfield here. And we've got a whistle. Well, they haven't moved the chains yet. So the near side official is saying it is a first down, but the far side group, the chain gang, had not moved. And so now they've got to reset the chains, and that's the reason for the stoppage.
First and 10 Braves.
And so now officially first and 10 at the Iroquois 48. And it is Scott in the Wildcat. Keeps it himself, running near side. And Cash Moore is there to bring him down after about a 3-yard gain.
Brings up second and 7 Braves.
Second down and 7 coming up here for Iroquois.
And it might have only been a 3-yard gain, but the difference between completing a couple of passes and then doing that wildcat, it allows the offense to get that extra push because the defense plays off.
And there's Olowinski on the sideline again, another catch. And again, he's going to be close to and does have the Ty-Nesta Builder Supply first down.
First and 10 Iroquois.
This drive being built by Ty-Nesta Builder Supply with locations in Shippensville and Ty-Nesta, online, TyNestaBuilders.us. And it's Scott back in the Wildcat again. There's Alkahami next to him. And this time gives to Alkahami, and he's surrounded in the backfield. A flag comes down as Alkahami is going to lose, looks like about 4 yards on that carry. We'll see what the flag is.
By 4 nice players, there's a flag on the field.
It is a hold against Iroquois.
Yeah, when that defensive line blows by you like that, your instant reaction is just grab whatever you can and try to keep your running back or your quarterback upright.
And so it looks like the Knights are going to elect to accept the holding penalty and make it a 1st and 20 versus a 2nd and 14. I don't know, there's interesting dynamics at play there, Cody. They've crossed midfield. Would you rather have the down than the yardage in that situation? I mean, obviously Jim Penley wants the yardage right now.
I don't think, the Iroquois had a couple of, they have a 10-yard pass, an 8-yard pass, but overall they've been moving the ball in short chunks. 20 yards is a lot to ask.
And the fake to Catton, and it is caught in the flat, and then dragging Gelati was
number 4, Gelati.
Number 12, Caden Krause, on the reception for Iroquois. So picked up 4 yards.
Brings up second and 16.
And like you said, Cody, not a lot there, even though they did get the completed pass. We're under 10 minutes to go, 9:40 to play. Varskety Holdings second quarter.
Yeah, you really can't dink and dunk 20 yards. You're going to either have to take a shot downfield or have a run break loose.
Second and 16, and they gave us to Cadden right up the middle. And again, 4 or 5 hard yards, but still going to be a Luton's Plumbing, Heating, and Air Conditioning third down and about 13. And when you get backed up on third and long, call Luton's Plumbing, Heating, and Air Conditioning to get you moving again. Visit them online, lutonsplumbing.com. Coquelin in the gun with Cadden. It's 3 receivers far side. Olowinski one-on-one here on the near side. Fake to Cadden. And Coquelin under pressure. Rolling, fires to the sideline. Well out of play. Nobody going to catch that one. And the Knights force a fourth down.
And that was a very experienced type of play from a young quarterback. That was absolutely the right thing to do there. You're not making a play. Don't take the loss. Try to pin Eisenhower a little deeper in their own side of the field.
And so Carter Kuhn into punt. It is Jacob Zach. And he's back inside his own 10. A little conversation there between the up man and the long snapper. They send a man in motion, and it's a fake. Cadden, and he's going nowhere. Dropped immediately by Grayson Linkerhoff.
A nice defense, one thing that they have, and it's going to sound kind of ironic given that they've had the penalties they've had, they are very disciplined, we'll say after the snap.
Yeah,
extremely disciplined. Not very often are they faked out. I don't quite understand a fake punt in that situation.
Well, and especially with all the conversation and the movement and everything, you almost telegraphed yourself on the fake there.
Yes.
As Eisenhower will take over at its own 45, leading 7-0, 8:39 to go. Varskety Holdings second quarter. And Jacobzak gives to Logan Penley. He's got a big hole on the left side. And he crosses into Iroquois territory. Out to the Braves, 48.
Far side of the hash for a gain of 7.
7-yard pickup. Brings up a second down and 3.
Knights.
Jacobzak under center again. And he lost the snap. Not sure if he was able to fall on it. And he was. And the second time we've seen a fumbled exchange, this time center to quarterback. Actually, the second time we've seen that kind of fumbled exchange. They had one roll between Jacobzak's legs at one point, but waste of a down there as it's now 3rd and 3 after a loss of a yard.
Yeah, that's the Knights' third fumble. They've been able to recover 2, lost 1. You know, having those penalties on defense is not the clean start to a game that I'm sure Penley was hoping for.
And so now Jacobzak will be in the gun. Sends Gelati in motion. And we've got a flag and Iroquois offsides this time. Will give Eisenhower a first down via penalty. So the Braves return the favor a little bit here.
5-yard penalty assessed against Iroquois.
It will be a Ty Nesta Builder Supply first down for Eisenhower.
5-yard penalty brings up first down for the Knights. 1st and 10 from the 44.
Eisenhower at the Iroquois 44. Jacobzak back to pass for the first time, going deep down the sideline, has Hammerback, and he couldn't haul it in. Peyton Hammerback was wide open down the sideline and just could not grab it, but that was there. And those two connected for Eisenhower's first touchdown of the season was a 52-yard strike at Reynolds a couple weeks ago.
Yeah, and don't be surprised if the Knights come back to that play because Gavin Lindemuth was in the middle of the field, and he had beaten his guy as well. So it's definitely a play that they have multiple open receivers on.
2nd and 10 now from the Iroquois 43. Gelati in motion. And they fake to him. Jacobs not going to keep it himself, and he's not going to escape that traffic. Is slammed down on the Iroquois side of the field.
Little extra mustard on that tackle.
Matt Kaczynski and Raheem Abuzabita in on the stop for Iroquois. And Eisenhower's now got a Luton's Plumbing, Heating, Air Conditioning 3rd down and long with a 3rd and 15 at the Iroquois 49. And Jacobzak looking to throw a little dump off screen to Giesing's got a lot of green in front of him. Nolan Giesing hurdles a man and picks up the Tynes and Builder Supply first down.
First down.
Right to the Iroquois 30, a 19-yard pickup for Giesing on 3rd and 15. And the Knights have a fresh set of downs at the Braves' 30-yard line. Gelati in motion again. They give to Penley off left tackle, and he gets through a couple and picks up about 4 yards.
4 brings up 2nd and 6 Knights.
I'll call it 3. They put him back on the 27. 2nd and 7 for Eisenhower.
Penley leading the Knights. 26 yards off of 6 carries, has that touchdown, averaging about 4.3 yards per carry.
2nd and 7 Knights.
And Iroquois takes its second Ross Becker Insurance timeout of the first half. At Ross Becker Insurance Group, with locations in Corey, Northeast, and Seneca, strives to deliver a personal and beneficial experience to its customers while providing a great place to work for its valued team members. TeamRossBecker.com. That's Ross Becker. This Ross Becker Insurance timeout comes with 5:05 to play in the Verschetti Holdings second quarter. And, Cody, the feel of this game is that the Knights have kind of been in control, but it's still only 7-0.
On the surface, it feels like they've been in control, but kind of underlying of that has been multiple errors, fumbles, penalties, and it's both sides of the ball. Neither team is playing a clean game. And neither team has really been into, until this moment here with the Knights, neither team has really been able to get into any sort of big play opportunity or offensive rhythm. It's just kind of been accidentally succeeding and then making mistakes.
Gelati in motion. They fake to him. Jacobzak keeps it himself. Turns the corner on the left side. Not much there. But it is a gain. Out to the 24. So it's a 3-yard pickup. Make it 3rd down and 4 for the Knights. You know, and so something we haven't seen yet so far from this Eisenhower offense is Jacobzak break off a big run.
Yeah, and you're kind of waiting for it. You're waiting for him to find that lane. And some of that just kind of comes with time as you read that defense and you see how they react, specifically the linebackers, how they react, and then you're able to find your holes.
Jacobzak fakes to Penley under pressure, throws, caught by Gelati, shakes a couple of tackles and falls forward. Should have enough for another Tynes to Builder Supply first down.
And not only was that an excellent grab, having the wherewithal to know where the defenders were to gain those extra few yards to get the first down.
And this drive being built by Tynes to Builder Supply, TynesToBuilders.us. 4 minutes to go. Verschetti Holdings second quarter. Knights are in the red zone at the Iroquois 19. And a give to Jacobs keeps it himself. Now pitches to Penley late, and he's going to turn the corner and get positive yards. Sorry, I thought Giesing had that one. It was a good fake by Jacobs.
It's always nice when they get us.
And Penley got to the 16, so 3-yard gain brings up a second down and 7. Play coming in a bit late.
Slow moving here.
And Eisenhower's going to have to take a timeout here as the 5-second hand is up already. But I don't think they see it. Nope, there's Jim Penley calls the Ross Becker Insurance timeout.
This is a timeout, Eisenhower.
Their first of the half.
3:43 to play in the half. The score, Iroquois Braves 0. The Eisenhower Knights 7.
So 3:43 to go. Veriskety holding second quarter. Eisenhower's got a second and 7 from the Braves 16. And, Cody, again, Eisenhower won the toss and deferred. 3:43 to go, but still, has a chance to take a 2-score lead into the half and then come out and maybe score again to start the second half. Could be a big swing here.
Yeah, and it's kind of like they want to score, but you kind of want to run that for that 3:43 off the clock. They have the offensive design to do that, or they can just keep running the ball and chip away. And ideally, you leave. If you can leave Iroquois with under a minute to go,
sure,
and then come back out in the second half and just keep doing what you're doing because now you're in control.
Sure. You keep getting 3 and 4 yards at a time. You're going to continue to get first downs and milk some of that clock.
Yeah, as an offense, they average just over 3.5 yards a play.
Jacobs fakes, rolls, looks. He's got Lindemuth, and Lindemuth escapes the tackle and is down inside the 5. Another time that's the Builder Supply first down, and it is first and goal for Eisenhower. And right here, there's absolutely no need to hurry. Take your time, get the play that you want. And like you said, ideally, you'd almost want to, gain a yard per play here and get into the end zone on a 4th and 1 and get a lot more of this clock out. It's 3:15 to go. Veriskety holding second quarter.
Yeah, I wouldn't be surprised if you see Jacobs just take it up the middle.
And gives to Penley off left side, and Logan Penley in for his second touchdown of the evening. This one from 4 yards out. And with 3:05 to go, Eisenhower leads 13-0. Wilkins on to attempt the extra point. And it is no good. 3:05 to play. Veriskety holding second quarter. Eisenhower 13, Iroquois nothing. High school football on your daily local YDL Sports Network.
Excellence, teamwork, responsibility. Those are the foundations on which Phoenix Centered Metals in Brockway is built. Phoenix is a Veriskety family-owned powder metal manufacturer committed to being an industry leader through excellence, innovation, and continuous improvement. Phoenix emphasizes employee teamwork as well as responsibility to the community. Like any team striving to be the best it can be, it knows that hard work and perseverance pay off.
Logan Penley's second touchdown run of the evening has Eisenhower in front of Iroquois 13-0. Brian Hagberg, Cody Elms with you on your daily local YDL Sports Network. I want to thank everybody for tuning in this evening.
Yeah, Penley with 2 touchdowns. Just has 33 yards off of 8 carries.
Yeah. So, and again, this, it's been basically the Jacobs Act show the first couple of weeks for Eisenhower, and it's just been kind of plodding along in 3 or 4 yards at a time, but they've got a 2-score lead with just over 3 minutes to go in the second quarter.
Yeah,
and there's the squib that we have come so accustomed to. Scott fields it at the 17, looking to turn the corner, And he's tracked down by Giesing from behind at the 25.
So with it being as you said, the Jacob Zach show, that's nice and that's fine and everything. But he's, it's your quarterback. It's a long season. That's a tough offense to sustain, especially when the weather gets a little cold and teams know the passing options are limited. You need, if you're Eisenhower, you've always established multiple running backs, and you need to get that going while the weather's still in your favor.
2:58 to go. Verscotti holding second quarter. 1st and 10, Iroquois from its own 25. Coquelin in the gun, looking to throw. Steps, fires, looking for Olowinski, and it's picked off by Jacob Zach. And the big play comes on defense for Caleb Jacobzak with the interception, and the Knights are in business inside Iroquois territory at the Braves 47.
Yeah, Copeland threw that off his back foot, like heavy off his back foot, which just left it floating up there.
It almost looked like a punt.
Yeah.
I mean, and Jacobzak almost fielded it like a punt. So we talked about them going up 2 scores and maybe getting a third to start the second half. They might be able to go up 3 scores here at the end of the Verscotti holding second quarter. Jacobzak gives to Giesing right up the gut. And Nolan Giesing out to the 41, a 6-yard gain. And so this is where you've got, again, you're milking that clock and looking to score points at the same time, 2:20 to play.
Yeah,
first half.
To your point, though, I'd like to see him get a little bit closer before you milk that clock and kind of guarantee yourself some points.
Pitch to Penley. Looking for a hole off the left side. Not much there. Gains about 2 yards. We'll make it 3rd and 2.
Because if you can get inside the 15 and then you start running that clock down, you might still have an option to kick a field goal, if nothing else, and come away with 3 more points. Running out the timeout here is going to be tough if you get to a 4th down.
And we talked a lot about the wind in the pregame, and I'm looking at the flag now behind the scoreboard, and it is absolutely still at this moment.
Yeah.
So what we thought was going to be a factor right now is not, as Gelati goes in motion on this 3rd and 2. Jacobzak keeps it himself. Has plenty for the first down and still going, dragging the pile. Down to the 27-yard line on the Ty-Nesta Builder Supply first down for Caleb Jacobzak.
Yeah, Jacobzak was kind of sidestepping through there, kind of hopping along with the defender hanging off him.
1:20 to go. Verscotti holding second quarter. Want to remind you to stay tuned for the Allegheny Grill of Foxburg halftime show. We'll have halftime stats, out-of-town scoreboard, and more. And Jacobzak looking to throw. Hammerbeck is wide open on the sideline, and again through his hands. There was nobody. I caught it late just as the ball was snapped. Hammerbeck was all alone on that sideline. There was nobody over there with him.
And you got to think that that's going to eat at both Jacobzak and Hammerbeck, and probably Hammerbeck more so, because that's that kind of picturesque moment that you dream of as a receiver.
I mean, it was a little bit above his head, but again, I mean, that's one of those. If you're Jacobzak and you can just lead him right into the end zone on that, that's going to be about as easy a touchdown as you're ever going to get.
Absolutely.
And Iroquois going to take its final Ross Becker Insurance timeout of the half.
With 1 minute, 2 seconds left in the half, the score: Iroquois 0, Eisenhower 13.
And, I mean, I happened to glance down. I saw him come out wide, and I looked right before Jacobzak snapped the ball, and I just realized that there was nobody over there. Iroquois just lost him.
Yeah, and those opportunities, might present themselves again, but not too often do you go completely defenseless as a receiver. But I don't think anybody needs to tell the Hammerbeck that. I'm sure he'll be thinking about it for days to come.
Yeah. And our view of the field tonight is brought to you by Venango County. There's always something to see and do in Venango County, venangocountypas.gov. Shout out to our cameraman tonight. That's me.
Yeah.
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 Yeah. Okay, Chit.
Yeah. Success.
You can go home happy tonight. We got a Chit reference in the broadcast.
Did. Oh, I'll get another one in.
Second down and 10 for the Knights. Jacobzak looking to throw again. Rolls. Now under pressure and just throws it away.
Yeah, and I don't know if he saw Gelati or just that pressure was too much for him. But boy, Gelati had those defenders split there for just a couple of seconds where he was wide open. But other than that, the Iroquois defense did a pretty good job of shutting that play down.
53.3 seconds to go. Veriskety Holdings second quarter. It's a 3rd and 10. Are you surprised they went back to the pass here? I mean, it's not really been their game.
I think it's an odd thing to see after they started with a couple of runs to then start passing. If you were just going to keep running and kind of figure whether you're going to score or run the clock out, that would make sense. But to start running and then start passing, which doesn't really do anything unless you score.
And Jacobzak fakes to Geeson, keeps it himself, bounces off a tackle, and then runs out of bounds. And he's going to be, let's see, they're going to mark him right at the 21. I thought he was at the 20, but it's at the 21. So 6-yard pickup makes it 4th and 4.
4th and 4 for the Knights.
And looks like they're going to keep the offense on the field, maybe just out of Wilkins' range here. It'd be a 38-yard field goal for Wilkins from this distance.
And it's very possible that the Knights kind of went into this drive thinking 4-down territory. We're not kicking it.
Well, and, maybe you try to draw them off here with a hard count. I mean, it's worked in their favor and in the Braves' favor a few times. Jacobzak takes the snap, rolls, stops, throws, and it's picked off by Trayvon Scott. And Scott is wrestled out of bounds.
Yeah, and that's one of those passes Jacobzak's going to wish he could get back. He was up and he almost jumped and threw that at the same time. It was just bad fundamentals on that pass, and you can tell that he wishes he had it back immediately.
I mean, it almost becomes a de facto punt at this point with 36 seconds to go, and Iroquois going to take over at its own 9.
Yeah, and that's the other side of it too. Does he make that pass if there's 8 minutes to go? Maybe not. Maybe he throws it away. Maybe he takes a sack. But you don't have a whole lot to lose. Like you said,
it was 4th down.
Yeah,
so.
This is basically a punt.
And Scott going to go back in the Wildcat again for Iroquois. We've seen this a few times tonight. And Scott hands off to Alkahami. And not much there. And Grayson Linkerhoff on the stop, and he's fired over. I've seen Linkerhoff is excited tonight, Cody. And with 15 seconds to go, I mean, no reason here for Iroquois to run another play. Scott, or Alkahami, got back to the line of scrimmage, and they are going to run a quick throw. Flag is down. Pass is caught on the far sideline, and not much there. Time has run out.
Alderson, the receiver.
Alderson on the reception, but looks like that penalty is going to be against Iroquois, and
flag on the field. No
reason for Eisenhower to accept it. It's an illegal shift, and it is declined, and that is the end of the first half. So after 2 quarters of play, your score, Eisenhower 13, Iroquois nothing. It is high school football on your daily local YDL Sports Network.
Discover radiant beauty with Healing Beauty by KJ. Our natural, cruelty-free skincare line harnesses the power of nature to nourish and rejuvenate your skin. From hydrating serums to soothing creams, find your perfect routine. Shop now at shophealingbeauty.com for exclusive offers and free shipping on orders over $50. Healing Beauty by KJ. Glow naturally. Shine beautifully.
Icy Ink Screen Printing and Embroidery offers screen printing and embroidery on apparel as well as on cool gear like backpacks, window decals, and engraved tumblers. We also specialize in team, business, and organization fundraisers. Check out our Icebox stores online at icyinc.com or give us a call at 814-688-0034. Let's meet, drink coffee, and design some cool shirts. Be cool, wear Icy.
Here in Warren County, Seneca Generation delivers more than electricity. We provide clean, reliable power, and we're proud to call this community home. Our team is committed to giving back, supporting local programs, and helping create opportunities that make a difference for families, schools, and neighborhoods. Because powering homes means empowering lives. Seneca Generation, powering your home, empowering our community.
You've got dreams, might even be something big. Imagine what you could do with the right solutions. Secured against evolving threats and set up to make the right decisions faster. At Acrisure, we help protect and grow everything you've worked so hard to build. We are the brightest people using the best of technology. We are an extraordinary advantage for you. We are Acrisure.
At AGI Industries in Clarendon, our state-of-the-art fabrication facility brings your custom-engineered products to life. With cutting-edge machinery and skilled professionals, we deliver precision-crafted solutions tailored to your needs. From trench box and storage container rentals to sandblasting, refurbishing, and painting equipment, plus expert metal fabrication, compressor stations, filters, separators, ASME vessels, and pig loaders, AGI Industries is your one-stop shop for quality and innovation. Call 814-728-6050 for more information or to secure a rental.
Hey, welcome into the Allegheny Grill of Foxburg halftime show. The Allegheny Grill in Foxburg, where you come for the food and stay for the view. Come check out the new indoor-outdoor wood frame event center. The Allegheny Grill was recently voted the #1 waterfront restaurant in Pennsylvania. Find out why at AlleghenyGrill.com. Your score at the half: Eisenhower 13, Iroquois nothing. Brian Hagler, Cody Helms with you on your daily local, the YDL Sports Network. And let's take a look first, Cody, at our Warren Forest High Ed Council halftime stats. The Warren Forest High Ed Council has been serving Warren and Forest counties for more than 40 years. Visit high-ed.com.
Thank you, Brian. We'll run through some individual stats first, starting with the Knights. Jacob Zach with 7 carries and 22 yards. He's averaging about 3.1 yards per carry. And then Penley is the leading running back for the Knights with 9 carries, 35 yards. He has both of Eisenhower's touchdowns, averaging 3.9 yards per carry. So both of those guys getting some good yards per carries on their runs. Jacob Zach is 3 of 7 for 36 yards and an interception in the passing game. And it's Joe Gelati has 1 catch for 5 yards. Giesing has 1 catch for 19 yards. And Lindemuth has 1 catch for 12 yards. Overall, the Knights have ran 27 offensive plays for 108 yards. And their rushing is 20 carries for 72 yards. So it's sort of a slow offensive start for the Knights, but successful enough. Yep. On the Iroquois side, Caden is 7 carries for 19 yards on the ground. He's the leading rusher for the Braves. Kokelin is 5 of 10 for 42 yards passing, has 1 interception. And on the receiving side for the Braves, Olowinski with 2 catches, 18 yards, and Alderson with 1 catch, 14 yards, and Scott with 1 catch, 3 yards, and Kraus with 1 catch, 4 yards, so passing the ball around there. as a team, 25 offensive plays, just 56 offensive yards. So the Braves offense struggling a little bit. Both teams have had some penalty issues. The Knights with 4 penalties for 20 yards, and the Braves with 2 penalties for 15 yards.
All right, those are our Warren Forest High Ed Council halftime stats. Let's take a look now at the Hunter Station Golf Club scoring summary. You can score a great round of golf at Hunter Station Golf Club just outside of Tynesta, hunterstation.com.
The first quarter with 2 minutes to go after a couple of back and forths, ugly back and forths by both these teams. It was Logan Penley for the Knights with a 5-yard run. Those were the first points of the game. Wilkins got the kick to go up 7-0. And with 3:05 to go in the second, it was Penley again with a 4-yard run, and that kick failed, 13-0 Knights.
That was our Hunter Station Golf Club scoring summary, hunterstation.com. We will be right back with our Generational Wealth Management out-of-town scoreboard. We have some second half adjustments right after this.
For all your automotive needs, look no further than the Warren Tire Center. From new tires to tire repairs, PA state inspections, wheel alignments, and auto detailing, there's so much more that we can do for you, and there's no reason to go anywhere but the Warren Tire Center in Warren, Pennsylvania. With over 40 years of serving the Warren and surrounding communities, it's always been a great day at the Warren Tire Center. We offer same-day service and walk-ins are welcome. Open Monday through Friday from 7:30 a.m. to 5 p.m. The Warren Tire Center can be reached at 814-723-8050.
When most places start preparing for a long winter's nap, we start living our best life. The mountainsides burning with color ignite something inside that now is the time to embrace what's around us. Warren County, Pennsylvania really is paradise, as we are surrounded with beautiful places and smiling faces. Warren County, Pennsylvania. Find your adventure, find your peace.
Founded in 1978 and headquartered in Warren, Pennsylvania General Energy has become a leading oil and natural gas producer in the Appalachian Basin. PGE is a proud and growing organization making positive contributions to the region's economy and environment. We are equally proud of our commitment to safety and environmental programs. PGE is a strong, family-oriented company that believes in giving back to the communities in which we live, work, and play. PGE, producing the energy we need, protecting the environment we treasure.
Looking for affordable auto, home, and life insurance? Look no further than Allstate Insurance, the David Jones Agency in Clarion and Meadville. At the David Jones Agency, you get personalized attention from someone who lives where you do. The David Jones Agency meets you where you are. They are available during regular business hours Monday through Friday at their office, via appointment at the office after hours, or remotely. The David Jones Agency also offers investment opportunities, including annuities and IRAs. The David Jones Agency can be reached in Clarion at 814-223-4000 and in Meadville at 814-337-5107.
Excellence, teamwork, responsibility. Those are the foundations on which Phoenix Sintered Metals in Brockway is built. Phoenix is a Verischetti family-owned powder metal manufacturer committed to being an industry leader through excellence, innovation, and continuous improvement. Phoenix emphasizes employee teamwork as well as responsibility to the community. Like any team striving to be the best it can be, it knows that hard work and perseverance pay off.
Whether retirement is just around the corner or years away, John Bongiovanni, Lucas Slazak, and Adam Jack of Generational Wealth Management in Erie and Bradford are here for you. John, a Forbes-recognized best-in-state wealth advisor, Lucas and Adam provide customized investment advisory solutions and retirement planning services. Generational Wealth Management offers world-class investment services and internationally recognized insurance products from Northwestern Mutual, an industry leader. The Generational Wealth Management team provides a high level of expertise and service to their professional and business clients. Contact the Erie office at 814-651-0838 or the Bradford office at 814-368-4065 or check them out online at gwm.nm.com.
If you're ready to buy or sell your home, then stop in at 4234 Market Street to let one of the agents at Howard Hanna Professionals help. Our friendly and knowledgeable agents can help you find the key to your dream home. Looking for a new career? Howard Hanna Professionals can help there too. Howard Hanna Professionals will assist new and experienced agents with the startup fees for an exciting career in real estate. Call Katrina Laurie at 814-726-2000 for more information. If you want to enhance your skills or gain an entirely new skill set, now's the time to register for classes at the Warren Forest High Ed Council. Registration for the 2025-26 Youth Leadership Program for students in grades 6 through 8 is now open. Secure your student spot today. Make 2025 the year you take the next step with a phlebotomy course, professional development seminars, a welding course, and a scam prevention seminar. Go to high-ed.org or call 814-723-3222 to register now. The Warren Forest High Ed Council, your access to lifelong learning.
And welcome back to the Allegheny Grill of Foxburg halftime show. Now let's take a look at the generational wealth management out-of-town scoreboard, world-class investment services, and internationally recognized insurance products from Northwestern Mutual, an industry leader. Find out more at gwm.nm.com. Around District 10 in the first quarter, Riverside, Ohio is leading Cathedral Prep 14-0. Fort LaBeouf leads Corey 14-7 in the first. Second quarter, General McLean 14, Oil City 0. Northeast with a 7-0 lead over Harbor Creek in the first. Girard leading Fairview 18-7 in the second. Hickory all over Connie at 28-0 in the first quarter. No report yet from Sagertown and Lakeview. In the second quarter, Greenville up on Cambridge Springs 20-0. Maplewood and Cochranton tied at 6 in the second quarter. Grove City leading Titusville 14-0 second quarter. Sharon 14, Slippery Rock 3 in the first. Wilmington with a 14-10 lead over Northern Bedford in the first. Mercyhurst Prep 28, Northwestern 6 second quarter. And Reynolds blanking Mercer 12-0 second quarter action. In the third quarter, Austintown Fitch of Ohio is leading Erie 21-0. While in the second quarter, Chardon, Ohio leads McDowell 10-9. A unique score you don't see very often in high school ball. Right? And in the second quarter, Brookfield, Ohio leading Sharpsville 21-0. The Farrell at Ursuline, Ohio game has been canceled after all the issues going on down at Ursuline. And for our Warren County fans, in the second quarter, Warren with a 7-0 lead over Franklin in Franklin. Dragons looking to snap that 24-game losing streak dating back to the 2022 season, leading Franklin in this first half. And over in District 9, Saturday action in District 10, Seneca hosting Union City tomorrow afternoon at 1 p.m. In District 9 last night, it was Union AC Valley with a 15-14 win over Keystone. Going on tonight, second quarter, Port Allegheny 13, Central Clarion 7. Brockway leading Red Bank Valley 13-6 in the first. At the half, it's Ridgeway 17, Kane 0. Brookville 7, St. Mary's 0 first quarter. Card City and DuBois tied at 14 in the first. No report yet from Bucktail and Montauk. Clearfield leading Phillipsburg Osceola 8-0 in the first. In the second quarter, Punxsutawney all over Bradford 43-0. Cameron County leading Smithport 18-14 in the second. At the half, it's Otto Eldred 22, Countersport 0, and Kerwinsville leads Mount Union 7-6 in the first quarter. That has been our generational wealth management out-of-town scoreboard, world-class investment services, and internationally recognized insurance products from Northwestern Mutual, an industry leader. Find out more at gwm.nm.com. And now let's take a look at our Rehab Center second half adjustments with 8 locations to serve you, including in Clarion, Brookville, and Kittanning. The Rehab Center always makes the right adjustments. The Rehab Center, chiropractors caring for health. TheRehabCenters.com. That's center spelled the old English way with an R-E-S.
So halftime adjustments for the Braves. I think that they need to lean a little bit heavier on their passing. I know they threw an interception, and they're 5 for 10, 42 yards. So it's not. It hasn't proven in the first half to be a huge impact, but it's what they do best. And now you're coming back from a 13-0 deficit. You're not starting the second half with the ball. I think when you get the ball, it's very possible you're going to be down by 3 scores. You're going to have to put that ball in the air and try to make some big plays. I understand their idea of trying to run and limit the quarterback's passes, but I don't think that's an option now. They're going to have to put the ball in the air. On the Eisenhower side, they really got it. They cleaned it up a little bit as the half went on. They got to come out with that same focus and that same energy, because that first half with the penalties and the mistakes that they made, fumbling the ball and stuff, that can't continue, or they're going to start giving Iroquois some gifts. And really, Eisenhower should be able to take control of this game on this opening drive and kind of put it away.
All right, those were our Rehab Center second half adjustments. The Rehab Center, chiropractors caring for health. We'll be back with third quarter action on your daily over the YDL Sports Network right after this.
Golfing at one of the prettiest golf courses around is what you get when you play around at Hunter Station Golf Club just outside of Tonesta. Located in the Allegheny Mountains with a spectacular view of the Allegheny River, Hunter Station offers something for everyone. The rolling hills of the front nine, coupled with a back nine situated along the banks of the Allegheny River, create some of the best views in all of northwestern PA. And when you're done with your round, enjoy a delicious meal or a cold drink in our restaurant and bar. Looking for a place to stay? Hunter Station has you covered there too with play and stay packages. Find out more at hunterstation.com. Need plumbing, heating, or air conditioning services in Western PA? Then call Luton's Plumbing, Heating, and Air Conditioning in Clarion today at 814-226-8695. At Luton's Plumbing, Heating, and Air Conditioning, we believe that a service-oriented business like ours should give you quality care and a quick response time. That's why we stand on our promise, offering you reliable 24-hour service that gets your job done right when you need it. We can also be found on the web at lutonsplumbing.com. Again, that number is 814-226-8695. Craft beer, craft food, craft service. You get it all and more at Station 101 in DuBois. Whether it's your relaxing evening with friends at Cozy Family Dinner or that special night out with someone unforgettable, Station 101 is the place where memories are made. Dive into a new American culinary journey where every bite is made with premium, farm-fresh ingredients. Quench your thirst with our impressive craft beer lineup, 12 brews on tap, over 120 bottles to explore. From the first sip to the last bite, Station 101 delivers an experience that's anything but ordinary. Station 101 in DuBois, PA, crafted for you.
Have a fender bender? We can mender at Park Avenue Motor Car. Bring your vehicle to Ron and the crew at Park Avenue Motor Car, 7 South Carver Street in Warren, or call 814-726-9728. Park Avenue Motor Car, proudly serving Warren County for 30 years.
Wise Eyes of DuBois and St. Mary's are premier eye care facilities here in our Tri-County area. Their offices and eye care team are dedicated to providing excellence in patient care, eye education, and optical services. Dr. Greg Lineski is a leader in clinical eye care involving eye and vision disorders. Dr. Lineski takes the time to explain the results of your eye exam, describes your options, and listens to your eye care needs, because maintaining good eye health is an ongoing partnership at Wise Eyes of DuBois and St. Mary's.
Are you transporting steel or other unique products? Then you need to check out Oil Country Crates. Oil Country Crates supplies certified wood crates or pallets for shipping steel and other products. Oil Country Crates can ship crates throughout the United States and overseas as well, thanks to their ISPM 15 inspection stamp. Oil Country Crates is dedicated to providing prompt and reliable services to all of its customers while abiding to all shipping regulations. Find out more at oilcountrycrates.com. Oil Country Crates, your products, our protection.
Ticket. Your yellow ticket.
About 2 minutes away from the start of the Acrisure third quarter here at Eisenhower. Acrisure, with a location in DuBois, is the official insurance provider of your daily local and the YDL Sports Network. Find out more at acrisure.com/mid-Atlantic. Brian Hagler, Cody Elms with you on your daily local, the YDL Sports Network. Our view of the field tonight is brought to you by Venango County. There's always something to see and do in Venango County. VenangoCountyPS.gov. Tonight's game also being brought to you in part by the Lander Hope Clinic. Medical care for your whole family. Call 814-593-0011 or visit LanderHopeClinic.com to request an appointment. Then about 80 seconds away from the start of the Acrisure third quarter here, Cody. And what do you expect to see here as we get the third quarter underway from the Eisenhower offense?
I expect to see... It's tough because I know they are a ground and pound type of team, but I also think they want to just sort of put this away quick, and they've kind of been flirting.
5-8-3.
They've been flirting with. They've been flirting with the passing game. So
so you're saying they might want to throw the dagger, as it were.
Yes, I think they might want to throw the dagger.
Also,
Jacob Zach doesn't have big numbers.
Listen, it took me 3 weeks to get that in. You should be happy about that.
Jacob Zach doesn't have big numbers passing tonight, but I can see them coming out and maybe trying to do that.
Well, and they've had Hammerbeck wide open down the near sideline twice.
That's just it.
In and out of his hands.
He's got 36 yards in the air, but in reality, he should have well over 100. And unfortunately, both those passes were dropped. So we might see, don't be surprised if you see him go back to Lindenmuth. He was open on that same play, first play that Hammerbeck was open and dropped it. And then he was able to find him. Jacob Zach was able to find him later on. But if you watch Gavin Lindemuth, he has a lot of mismatches. He's a tall kid. I think he's 6'4" or something like that.
At least, he's a big boy. And has those good genes, right, Dad? Yeah, Jay's very tall as well. So
so he's a tall target, a lot of mismatches. He's been open multiple times, so that might be where they go. That's what I'd like to see him do. But going off of history, we're probably going to see a lot of runs, slow pace, and grind the clock a little bit.
And just to update again, our Warren County fans, at the half, it is still 7-0 Warren over Franklin. And again, Dragons trying to end that 24-game losing streak, have an opportunity to do so down in Franklin tonight.
Yeah, we'll see how that turns out. I've been thinking a lot about that throughout the week, so I'll have some comments about that if Warren's able to hang on to that lead.
Carter Kuhn going to kick off for Iroquois. And it looks like Gelati, Penley, Jacob Zach deep for the Knights. And Kuhn kicks it. It's going to be Jacob Zach at the 30. Weaves through traffic and is pulled out of bounds just shy of the 45-yard line. It's a good starting field position to start the Acrisure third quarter for Eisenhower.
44, first and 10. First and 10 Knights.
So ball officially spotted at the Eisenhower 44.
Got a dice game going on there.
Yeah. Gelati in motion. And Jacob Zach gives to Logan Penley, has a big hole right up the middle. And Logan Penley rumbles into Iroquois territory for a Ty Nesta Builder Supply first down.
And it almost looked as if Penley hit that hole a little harder than he's hit any of them in the first half, and he was able to just skate by. And again, that can come off of halftime adjustments and telling these guys like, hey, you just need to take a step to the left when you hit that hole or whatever, and you're going to gain 10 more yards.
So now at the Iroquois 44 are the Knights. And the give is to Gelati on the end around, and Gelati into the open field, and is cut down there by Trayvon Scott. And Scott flexing as Gelati stays down at the end of the play, and now hops up. The training staff out to attend to Gelati, who's looks like he's favoring that right leg a little bit, maybe just a little cramp or took a Charlie horse, but Scott's got to be careful with that. He stood over Gelati and gave that flexing pose. And
officials,
Nolan Smith will tell you, don't do that.
Officials are cracking down on that, not just in high school and in collegiate ball, but in the NFL everywhere. They're really cracking down on the taunting, specifically over top of players.
11 minutes to go, Acrisure third quarter. 2nd and 3 for Eisenhower. Jacob Zach back to pass. Fires, looking for Hammerbeck again. Got a step, but Jacob Zach this time overthrew him.
Jacob Zach incomplete. 2nd and 3 from the 37. 3rd and 3, check that. 33.
And so it'll be a 3rd down and 3. And I would imagine at this point of the field, unless there's a loss on this play, probably looking at 4-down territory.
Well, and you have to take into a factor that that's standard for Penley when he's on that side of the field.
Jacob Zach fakes to Giesing, keeps himself. Tries to plow ahead to get the first down. He's going to be close. And we'll see where they spot him. It is a Ty Nesta Builder Supply first down for Caleb Jacob Zach. This drive being built by Ty Nesta Builder Supply. Online, TyNestaBuilders.us. First and 10 at the Iroquois 32. Jacobzak looking to throw again. Looking for Hammerbeck down the middle this time, and it's in and out of his hands again.
Jacobzak pass intended for number 2, Hammerbeck.
And nearly picked off first by Cameron Cadden.
Yeah, that was a somewhat dangerous throw with that defender kind of lurking there underneath. But man, you just feel for Hammerbeck right now, just unable to grip that ball and hold on to it.
You gotta give him the Clifford Franklin treatment.
Yeah.
And so now second down. Jacobzak, 3 receivers to his right. Lindemuth, the receiver near side. Jacobzak keeps it himself and into the open field and nearly broke free. And they're going to call him down. The ball squirted out at the end of the play, but Jacobzak has enough for a Ty-Nessa Builder Supply first down at the Iroquois 14. 18-yard gain for Jacobzak. And really the first time he's kind of broken into the open field.
Yeah, absolutely. And that fake handoff, boy, that, again, it faked me out. I thought for sure he handed that off. And then next thing you know, he's 10 yards down the field.
Well, and if they could get some rhythm with him and somebody in the receiving core, you've got a potential for some play action there with the way he fakes that handoff.
Oh, certainly.
And good to see Gelati back on the field in motion. Logan Penley off the right side.
Ball carrier number 15, Logan Penley.
Gain of about 3. And another Knights player is down. And it looks like one of the offensive linemen this time. And that's one area where the Knights can ill afford an injury is in those trenches. They are not very deep along the offensive and defensive lines, and that's Grayson Lakerhoff, and up coming off under his own power, which is obviously good to see. And then Lakerhoff has had a strong game for Eisenhower, especially on the defensive side of the ball.
Yeah, that's kind of a epidemic of all the kind of rural schools, as they seem to be very thin at offensive, defensive linemen. But the way he ran off the field, you got to think he's feeling a little better. Sometimes it just stings hard at first.
Yeah. 2nd and 6 with 9 minutes to go. Acrisure third quarter. Eisenhower leading Iroquois 13-0 at the Braves 11. Trying to make this a 3-score game. Gelati in motion. And a give to him. Weaving his way through traffic and falling forward to the 9. 2-yard gain will make it a 3rd down and 4. And Linkerhoff right back out on the field. So again, I always like to see that.
Yeah, the way he came off, you could tell he was ready to go back in by the time he got to the sideline. And back to what you were saying about Jacobzak getting rhythm with a receiver. The key to any successful offense is if you can keep that defense guessing and keep them on their heels, you can pretty much do whatever you want. And that comes with being able to both run and pass, at least reasonably well.
3rd and 3. And Jacobzak going to keep it himself, spins, and should have enough for the Ty-Nessa Builder Supply first down.
Jacobzak.
And it is.
That's an Eisenhower Knights first down.
And so now it is 1st and goal.
1st and goal for the Knights.
At the 3. And Hammerbeck split way out to the near side. And gave us to Logan Penley, and for the 3rd time, Logan Penley finds the end zone. He just keeps getting closer every time. This one from 3 yards out. So touchdown runs of 5, 4, and now 3 yards for Logan Penley.
Countdown to victory.
Wilkins on to attempt the extra point. And And his kick is good.
Wilkins' extra point is good.
So with 7:28 to go, Acrisure third quarter. Eisenhower 20, Iroquois nothing. High school football on your daily local, the YDL Sports Network.
Craft beer, craft food, craft service. You get it all and more at Station 101 in DuBois. Whether it's a relaxing evening with friends at cozy family dinner or that special night out with someone unforgettable, Station 101 is the place where memories are made. Dive into a new American culinary journey where every bite is made with premium, farm-fresh ingredients. Quench your thirst with our impressive craft beer lineup, 12 brews on tap, over 120 bottles to explore. From the first sip to the last bite, Station 101 delivers an experience that's anything but ordinary. Station 101 in DuBois, PA, crafted for you.
So Logan Penley with his third touchdown of the night, a 3-yard run, has put Eisenhower in front of Iroquois 20-0, 7:28 to go. Acrisure third quarter. Knights will be kicking off, and now, like you said at the half, Cody, Iroquois has got some decisions to make here. They're going to stick with the running game that hasn't been overly effective, or do they go back to their bread and butter, which is that pass?
I think they have to go pass heavy. I don't mean completely abandon the run. You can't really be one-dimensional. But at this point, it's not time for trial and error. It's time to go with what you found success with in the last 2 weeks, and hope that you find success with it tonight.
So Wilkins to kick, and he kicks it deep. Scott takes it at the 5. And splits a pair of defenders, shakes off one tackle, and then is going to be stopped at the 24-yard line.
And on their kick returns, the Knights have done a really good job at attacking the ball and keeping Iroquois from having any real big returns. And I know in the past with games that we've covered, that hasn't always been the case.
Braves take over 1st and 10 at their own 24-yard line, trailing 20-0. 7:19 left, Acrisure third quarter. Coquelin fires quickly, and it is caught, and a flag is down. That was Alderson on the reception.
Flag on the field.
And the flag came out just as the ball was caught. And it looks like this is going to go. It is a hold against Iroquois, so wipe out that reception. But, and maybe that's how they need to get the passing game going, Cody, is those quick throws out to Alderson and Olowinski on the sidelines.
Well, yeah, I think that's where
obviously without the penalties, but
right. But a lot of quarterbacks do that to get their rhythm going. Is just 5-yard, 6-yard passes, quick passes, quick slants, things like that, just to get that rhythm going. See how the defense reacts to that, and if they're biting hard on that, then you're able to throw one over the top.
Yeah, Coquelin has some time, firing down the sidelines, intercepted by Gelati. And Gelati into the open field, cuts back. Joe Gelati with a pick 6, but a flag down at the end of the play. We'll see if this stands. If it does, it is a 27-yard pick 6 for Joe Gelati.
The end zone, there's a flag on the field.
And we'll wait to see what the call is here. It's going to be Eisenhower football, even if there is a penalty here, as that flag came in well after the interception.
And immediately Joe Gelati turned into running back Joe Gelati after he got that ball.
And it is, I believe was an illegal crackback against Eisenhower on the return. But that is an Allstate Insurance, the David Jones Agency, good hands play by Joe Gelati. You're in good hands with Allstate Insurance and the David Jones Agency. Dave will always help you make the right decisions with your insurance needs. Call him today at 814-223-4000. So no touchdown, but it is an interception for Gelati. And Eisenhower will take over at the Iroquois 30, and
the interception stands. Blindside block called. The Eisenhower ball from the 30, 1st and 10 Knights.
And I think the stoppage there was the officials were not quite in position yet as Eisenhower was breaking the huddle.
Knights are all amped up. Want to put 6 more on the board. Can't do it without the officials.
And part of the problem is the Iroquois football was still on the field, and one official was telling the sideline to throw it back, and the other official saying, well, you just hold on to it. 6:51 to go, Acrisure third quarter, and Eisenhower with a chance to add to its 20-0 lead. And Jacobzak gives to Gelati. Gelati making moves again, and he's down to the 21, a 9-yard pickup. And tried to get Gelati a touchdown on the ground since his pick 6 was overturned.
Well, and he's just weaving through. He was weaving through the offense after that interception. Now he's weaving through the defense. And, back to Jacobzak on that last drive and Penley as well. They seem to be finding those lanes now in the second half that they weren't finding so much in the first.
2nd and 1. Gelati in motion, give it to Logan Penley. He dropped the ball and then fell on it for the Ty Nesta Builder Supply first down.
Yeah, something with that handoff. He didn't quite have a grip on the ball.
And we've seen that a couple of times tonight. The exchanges just aren't clean right now. And that's, we talk about, building chemistry with the receivers and things, but these are the same running backs that Jacobzak was handing off to all last season, too. I mean, these exchanges should be clean.
They should be clean, and that's, maybe that's part of the art form of being able to fake a handoff so well, is that decision sometimes maybe comes down to the very last split second.
So 1st and 10 at the Iroquois 19, 5:35 to go, Acrisure third quarter. Give us to Logan Penley, and he'll get down to the 14-yard line, maybe the 15. 4-yard gain for Logan Penley. Has all 3 of Eisenhower's touchdowns so far here tonight.
Penley with 14 carries, 59 yards, averaging about 4.2 yards per carry, and only one of those runs is over 10 yards. Jacobzak behind him with 10 carries and 48 yards. And then Gelati was 6 for 27.
2nd and 5 for Eisenhower. Iroquois looks like it's going to bring some pressure, and the give is to Giesing right up the gut.
Boy, I didn't see that handoff.
And we've got flags late, a couple of them.
Flag on the field.
And some extracurriculars maybe going on after the play.
Just as long as it wasn't spitting.
Hey, there was a second spitter on the grassy knoll. And that one's going to go against Eisenhower. And somebody's been ejected. The official just indicated that somebody's been disqualified from this game. I didn't see who that was. Nobody's left the field yet, but that was the ejection signal that he just gave. And so a major penalty here on the Knights backs them up to the
Foul back, the Knights up 15 yards.
And again, I'm not. They
I didn't see
signaled
anybody
somebody
leave.
but I haven't seen anybody leave the field. You know what? It's number 69, Carson Sokowski. Looks like the player maybe that's been ejected as they're walking him off the sideline right now. And Jacobzak with another beautiful fake, keeps it himself, and it gets inside the 25. And Sokowski is taking a walk to the locker room here. I didn't see, it was well after the play when the flags came out. Could not see from our vantage point what it was that occurred. But
I didn't see anything physical. There's a few words you can't say,
sure.
and depending on how they were used, that can result in it. But at this point, it's all speculation. Either way, it's not something that you want as the Knights with the lead that you have. You don't want to get drawn into that trap and start giving away opportunities.
Again, in the trenches is where they are thin. This is a Luton's Plumbing, Heating, and Air Conditioning 3rd down and 16. Penley in motion this time. Jacobs fakes, rolls, looking, now going to take off with it, and he's going to get run down and run out of bounds. Lost a yard maybe.
Yeah, and Jacobzak just didn't have an opportunity to set the throw.
And that was actually 4th down. I apologize. The scoreboard had it listed as 3rd down still, so I apologize. That was a 4th down play. So Iroquois takes over at its own 25 with 3:21 to go, Acrisure 3rd quarter.
Go defense!
Copeland looking to throw, fires a quick one, and it is caught by Alderson, and we've got a whistle, a flag down on the far side of the field. Looks like a false start by Iroquois. So a false start will back up the Braves 5 yards and make it a 1st and 15.
You're starting to see a little bit of chippiness going on down there. Yeah. And we've covered Penley enough to know that he does not go for that. And like I said, talking to Manny Johnson prior to the game, he didn't seem like the type of guy to want to go for that either.
Yeah, Copeland fakes. Lindemuth pursuing. Copeland fires down the sideline, but well out of bounds.
Quarterback Chase Carpenter's pass incomplete. Pressure in the backfield by number 9, Gavin Lindemuth.
We'll bring up a 2nd down and 15 now from the Iroquois 20.
And Copeland with just 2 passes here in the second half, one of which was an interception and then that incompletion there.
Well, and again, you go back to what a turn of events. That was a pick 6, and then later in that drive, that was wiped out by a penalty, and then later in that drive, the Knights lose Sapkowski on an ejection. Mm-hmm. Maybe that doesn't happen if the penalty on the pick 6 doesn't occur. That pass is caught by Al-Kahami. Looks like about a 6-yard gain there.
3rd and 10 for the Braves.
Call it a 3rd and long for Iroquois. And Hammerbeck came over late to cover the receiver, Alderson, here on the near side. Or Iroquois might have gotten one of those wide open looks that Eisenhower's seen a couple of times tonight. And the Braves taking a long time to get this play in. And we've got flags, a couple of them. Throwing deep, and it is picked off by Caleb Jacobzak at the 40-yard line. Jacobzak picks up a block, heads down the sideline and runs out of bounds. Now there are 2 flags down in the backfield, but would imagine those are going to be on the offense.
There's a flag on the field.
Given where those flags were thrown. It is an illegal shift against the Braves. That's going to be declined, and the Knights take over on the Allstate Insurance, the David Jones Agency. Good hands, played by Caleb Jacobzak. You're in good hands with Allstate Insurance and the David Jones Agency. They will always help you make the right decisions with your insurance needs. Call today, 814-223-4000. And now Eisenhower takes back over at the Iroquois 33. And so almost a wash. They got the interception.
Yeah.
Had some penalties. Turned it over on downs. Get another interception and get right back almost to where they were to begin with. And the toss to Logan Penley. Runs out of bounds. Gains about 2 yards.
Knocked out of bounds at the 30. Knocked out of bounds by Cameron Caden.
He's second down and 8.
Brings up 2nd and 7 for the Knights.
And again, some trouble on the snap, and Jacobzak going to keep it himself. Turns the corner and has enough for the Tionesta Builder Supply first down. And again, Gelati coming up a little gimpy there.
Yeah, he didn't have any contact on that, just a little bit of a block. But
yeah, and he's checking himself out. But again, that's that kind of, if you got a Charlie horse at some point, well, now he's going to stay in there. Jim Bentley's telling him, you got to stick in there. We got a game plan to run here.
Yeah.
First and 10 at the Iroquois 19. They shift Lindemuth to the other side of the formation. Give it to Logan Penley off left tackle and down to the 15. And Iroquois player slow to get up. That is number 5, Matt Kaczynski. Got some help from his teammates. Appears to be okay. So we're approaching the final minute of the Acrisure third quarter.
We've had a lot happen this quarter.
Yeah.
And the scoring doesn't reflect it.
No. Second down and 6 for Eisenhower from the Iroquois 15. And we've got a flag as the give is to Penley, and he's taken down in the open field. I think this one's going to come back on an illegal shift.
Flag on the field.
And it is. So they'll back up 5 and
Illegal shift called on the Knights.
Run it again, this time a 2nd and 11.
So far, the Knights have 196 total offensive yards. 160 of that is on the ground, with 64 coming from Jacobzak, 63 coming from Penley. So those two, the quarterback and the running back, pretty even on the ground. Knights with 88 yards rushing this half. They had 108 in the first half.
Second and 11. Fake to Giesing. Jacobzak fakes the pitch, splits the defense, stays on his feet, and the flag is down in the secondary.
Jacobzak tackled by 22.
As Jacobzak got down to the, looks like the 18. And Iroquois players clapping. It's a hold against Eisenhower. And so, again, the Knights unable to capitalize on the turnover so far. Got a couple good plays going, and now they're getting killed by penalties.
Yeah, and that's just, we've touched on it prior to the game. We talked about it at the half. It's just unacceptable because you're gaining yards on offense. And kind of dive a little deeper into that. Every rep, every time these guys run, it's a little bit more energy that's being exhausted and essentially wasted because these plays are coming back.
And you look at where the flag was thrown is so far away from where the play was. It's really it's unnecessary, right? I mean,
right.
You'll have those instances where you get beat and you're going to save your quarterback by grabbing a jersey or something. But this is really an unnecessary penalty, and that's going to be the maybe the final play of the Acrisure third quarter with 4 seconds left on the game clock. And Jacobzak just gets the snap away. He's rolling, looking for Lindemuth in the end zone, but overthrew him, and Jacobzak took a hit, and a flag comes down.
That one will be on the brakes.
And a flag down in the back of the end zone after the play as well. So we've got roughing the passer against Iroquois, but wait a minute, the head official doesn't know that there's a second flag. Now he sees the back judge running in.
Don't get too excited yet.
And we'll see what this call is here. We got a personal foul, roughing the passer against Iroquois, and a dead ball, unsportsmanlike conduct, also against the Braves. So that's going to end up being 30 yards because the unsportsmanlike was after the play. But they were on the 23, so we're going half the distance is the correct terminology there. But I think that now the officials kind of coming together to discuss where the ball should be spotted following the penalty yardage.
You got to think it's half the distance and then half the distance from that.
Yeah, and there it is, Cody. You called it exactly right. So they went half the distance down to the 12, and so now they're going to go half the distance again, which will put it down at the 6. And I don't think Iroquois is coming back out of the huddle here, and normally we would go to commercial break at the end of the quarter.
Well, that drive,
but I don't know that they've officially ended the quarter because that was a penalty here, and Eisenhower is just now getting into the huddle. But I'm gonna apologize to our sponsors. We wanted to get everything sorted out here, and because they've got to flip the field, and they haven't flipped it. Eisenhower's coming out. They're ready to play. Iroquois ready to play, but you got to flip the field here. It's the end of the quarter, and so we're going to start our commercial break. We'll break back in if they come back to game action.
Whether retirement is just around the corner or years away, John Bongiovanni, Lucas Slazak, and Adam Jack of Generational Wealth Management in Erie and Bradford are here for you. John, a Forbes-recognized best-in-state wealth advisor, Lucas and Adam provide customized investment advisory solutions and retirement planning services. Generational Wealth Management offers world-class investment services and internationally recognized insurance products from Northwestern Mutual, an industry leader. The Generational Wealth Management team provides a high level of expertise and service to their professional and business clients. Contact the Erie office at 814-651-0838 or the Bradford office at 814-368-4065 or check them out online at gwm.nm.com.
Excellence, teamwork, responsibility. Those are the foundations on which Phoenix Sintered Metals in Brockway is built. Phoenix is a Verischetti family-owned powder metal manufacturer committed to being an industry leader through excellence, innovation, and continuous improvement. Phoenix emphasizes employee teamwork as well as responsibility to the community. Like any team striving to be the best it can be, it knows that hard work and perseverance pay off.
The Generational Wealth Management fourth quarter will get underway with Eisenhower having a first and goal from the Iroquois 6 following a pair of penalties. Jacobzak gives to Logan Penley, tries to jump his way through, and is taken down at the 4. John Bongiovanni, Lucas Slazak, and Adam Jack of Generational Wealth Management in Erie and Bradford are here for your investment needs. They offer world-class investment services and internationally recognized insurance products from Northwestern Mutual, an industry leader. Find out more at gwm.nm.com. Tonight's game is also being brought to you in part by Healing Beauty by KJ. For all your hair, makeup, and beauty needs, visit Healing Beauty at 112 Pennsylvania Avenue West in Warren or at shophealingbeauty.com. Brian Hagberg, Cody Elms with you on your daily local, the YDL Sports Network. Your view of the field tonight is brought to you by Venango County. There's always something to see and do in Venango County, venangocountypas.gov. And shout out to our new cameraman, camerawoman, Tashana Elms, your lovely bride. Thank you so much, Tashana, for taking over for me. Appreciate that. As this time it is, I believe that's Jacobzak on the keeper. And it is a 4-yard touchdown run for Caleb Jacobzak.
Jacobzak couldn't let Penley have all the scoring glory.
So it'll be Wilkins on to attempt the extra point. And the kick from Wilkins is up and good. So 11:06 to go. Generational Wealth Management fourth quarter. Eisenhower 27, Iroquois nothing. And Cody, again, those penalties at the end of the third quarter You got a roughing the passer penalty during the play, and then after the play, an unsportsmanlike conduct penalty tacked on. Suddenly went from what would have been an incomplete pass, and Eisenhower facing, I believe would have been a third down around the 30-yard line, or the 25-yard line, excuse me, and to first and goal at the 6.
Yeah, that really it gave Eisenhower a little extra boost there, and kind of gifted him that touchdown. Because if you give the Knights the ball at the 6-yard line, the way that they have been able to run tonight, you're pretty much guaranteed they're going to score on you.
And so Wilkins will kick off. Braves will send Scott and number 9, Jaisir Wayne, deep to receive.
Jacob Zach just 1 yard ahead of Penley with 68 yards on the ground. Penley was 67.
And Wilkins with the squib takes a high bounce and through the hands and fielded at the 26 by Ezra Cool.
Iroquois takes over. First and 10, Braves ball.
So 11:03 to go. Wealth Management, fourth quarter. Eisenhower leading Iroquois 27-0. Braves have a first and 10 at their 27.
And it goes without saying, at this point, the Braves are passing the ball.
Three receivers to the near side. Copeland drops back, under pressure, escapes. A nifty move there by Copeland, and then escapes another tackle and falls forward for a positive gain.
A lot of work for just a couple of yards.
Moves there, yeah. But Iroquois will take that over an 8 or 10 yard loss on a sack. We've got a stoppage here. They were, again,
second and 8 Braves.
getting things reset over there on the far sideline. So 2nd and 8 now for Iroquois. And Scott on the Wildcat, nothing there. Knights all over that play. And again, defensive coordinator Jeff O'Brien told me that they knew that was one of Iroquois' favorite plays is that Wildcat direct snap to Scott, and they were quite ready for that.
Yeah, and the whole purpose of that Wildcat is to be a quick and sort of confusing play for the defense to defend, and it's not confusing anybody. The defense is sniffing it out and shutting it down.
So now it's 3rd and 10 with 10 minutes to go. Generational Wealth Management, fourth quarter. Copeland drops back, fires quickly, and just over the outstretched arm of Ethan Alderson.
Pass incomplete. Brings up 4th and 10.
Would have been close to a first down if he'd been able to catch it, but
Ball at the 27.
and again, this is the time where Iroquois really misses having Cole Bennett in at quarterback. One, the dual threat option, but two, just senior versus a freshman, just that poise and control and understanding the offense. And so it'll be 4th and 10 with Carter Kuhn on to punt. Jacob Zach and Gelati both back to receive. And Kuhn loses the handle and kicks it around, and it falls on it. And for the second time, an errant snap, and then a push at the end. Is going to draw some more as Linkerhoff and baited Kuhn right into that, I think.
There's a flag on the field.
Well, when you get a team, especially when they're down like this, when you get them frustrated and they start getting emotional, a good opposition is going to just low-hanging fruit.
Yeah. Yep. And so it'll be 1st and goal for Eisenhower after the penalty. And they'll be at the 7-yard line this time.
ball we marked at the 7.
Yeah, and again, you're giving them first and goal inside the 10 because of a penalty, a fumble, and then a penalty on top of it.
9:52 to go. Generational Wealth Management fourth quarter, and it looks like there's somebody not on the field who's supposed to be. And it's one of the offensive linemen, and kind of hard to play without a right guard. Jacobzak tosses to Penley. Penley looking to turn the corner for the end zone. Logan Penley, the fourth time tonight. And a flag comes in at the end of the play.
Penley, left side, carried into the end zone. There is a flag on the field.
And we'll see if this was during or after the play. And it is against the Knights, so take the touchdown off the board. And you can see head coach Jim Penley just not happy with that entire sequence at all. They had to run the offensive lineman on late, and then you get a penalty on what would have been a touchdown.
Yeah, and you have the momentum going your way, both emotionally and in the game itself. Everything's kind of going your way. Don't hand them any gifts. If you can pitch a shutout, pitch a shutout.
14.
And so now it's first and goal from the 14.
First and goal from the 14.
Wouldn't be surprised we see the same thing right here.
Yeah. And this time it's to Giesing right up the gut. And gain about 3. And another flag coming in late. And, you get to a point where the officials may want to call both coaches out and just say, hey, look, you need to get control of your players. And this one looks like it's going to be against Iroquois. But the extracurricular stuff, you got to get a handle on it early.
Yeah.
Or it can get out of hand rapidly.
It's absolutely understandable to a point. When you get frustrated, we all get frustrated, but it gets to that point where it goes from understandable to unacceptable.
And so they'll move the ball, looks like down to the 6. And so now it'll be first and goal. Looks like we're right back where we started from here. Hold on, we got a whistle. No, this was after the play. It was after the play, so it is second and goal now.
Second goal.
And there's movement on the right side. That was
a flag on the field.
It was the right tackle, Logan King. I saw that right leg just flinched a little bit. And, sloppy end to this one for sure.
Yeah, second half for the Knights, 6 penalties, 55 yards. Overall, they have 10 penalties for 75 yards. And in this game, they're getting away with it, but they're going to have some tougher opponents coming up where they're not going to be able to make these mistakes.
9 minutes to go, Generational Wealth Management, fourth quarter. And it looked like some movement. The toss is to Penley. And Penley shakes a tackle, then slipped, trying to cut. Looks like he got down to about the 5. So it'll be third and goal from the 5.
Third and goal from the 5.
And looks like the cheerleaders have recruited some help from the Pigpen here at Eisenhower, trying to get this crowd back in. And that's part of it is, you lose the crowd when it gets a little sloppy and chippy like this. And there's lots of flags. And, they're trying to get the crowd fired back up here. And toss to Logan Penley. Picks up a block from Jacobzak, and Logan Penley this time is in for his 4th touchdown. Another 5-yarder for Logan Penley.
15, Logan Penley in for a touchdown. Nice touchdown.
Wilkins on to attempt the extra point. High snap. Wilkins gets the kick away, and it is good.
Wilkins' extra point is good.
7:54 to go. Generational Wealth Management, 4th quarter. Eisenhower 34, Iroquois nothing. High school football on your daily local, the YDL Sports Network.
Do you want me to?
Yeah, welcome back to Eisenhower High School. The Knights, on the strength of Logan Penley's 4th touchdown run of the evening, now lead Iroquois 34-0, 7:54 to go. Generational Wealth Management, 4th quarter.
With that carry, Penley has 18 carries for 79 yards tonight, the 4 touchdowns, averaging 4.4 yards per carry. Jacobzak, again, behind him with 15 carries, 68 yards. He's averaging 4.5. And you got to look at this. Giesing's averaging 4.5. Gelati's averaging 4.5. So the Knights are pretty consistent in the running game tonight.
Yeah, Wilkins with the squib kick, takes a bounce. And Scott lost it and then falls on it. He thought it went behind him.
Recovered by number 3, Trayvon Scott.
And you know,
fortunate bounce there for Iroquois. The ball bounced right into Scott's chest, and he thought it went behind him. He turned around.
Mm-hmm. And you don't know what he saw or what he thought, but when you're out of sync and you're committing these penalties and you're down and your emotions are going, you know, it usually is like it's like a ball of snow. It just keeps getting bigger and bigger, and the mistakes get bigger and bigger.
Iroquois takes over at its own 23, 7:50 to play. Copeland with an empty backfield, 3 receivers near side. Sends a man in motion. And give, that is number 24, Donovan Berry, and he's met in the backfield, and we've got another penalty flag at the end of the play. And it is a personal foul against Eisenhower.
It's a personal foul call to be assessed against Eisenhower.
You know, and again, Cody, it's one thing to have penalties, but the personal fouls, unsportsmanlike conduct, those are the kind of things that you have complete control over.
Absolutely.
You know, you might grab a hold or grab a jersey or, you know, you accidentally grab a face mask, but you know, the unsportsmanlike stuff, the personal fouls, those are things that as a player you've got to have control there.
Yeah, absolutely, especially if you're on the winning side of the game right now. It's wildly unacceptable.
Copeland, quick pass, caught by Alderson. Shakes a couple of defenders and then pushing the pile forward and still on his feet, out close to the 40.
Tackled by the Knights defense.
And that'll
gain of 5 on the play.
Pick up
2nd and 5.
5 out to the 38.
From the 38.
7 minutes to go. Generational Wealth Management, 4th quarter. Low snap, Copeland able to handle it. And now he's going to take it himself and drug a defender out to the 40-yard line, 2-yard gain.
Copeland tackled by number 8.
Make it a third down and 3.
3rd and 4.
And that hard count almost got Eisenhower again. Defender did not enter the neutral zone there. I'm surprised they haven't really done that much this half, Cody, with as successful as they were. And Copeland nearly picked off again.
Yeah, it's like you read my mind. I was thinking the same thing, that could have been a way to just get some free yards.
That's Caleb Hadfield on the nearly had that picked off, number 56. That's probably why he wears a jersey with a 50 on it.
Yeah, typically, those linebackers,
those linemen not known for their hands. That's for sure. Yeah. 4th and 3 coming up for Iroquois. 5:50 to play. Generational wealth management 4th quarter, and we got movement on both sides. And it's going to be on Iroquois, the false start.
Yeah, that's 59 yards and penalties here in the second half for Iroquois compared to their 15 in the first half.
I think both coaches are going to have a lot to chew on in this second half when it comes to discipline and keeping your composure here.
Oh, certainly. If you know, there's a lot to go over, and we'll talk about it after the game. But there's definitely a lot for Penley to go over and work on.
So it's 4th and 8 now, and again Iroquois moves before the snap.
False start against the Braves.
And so now you're getting into position where it's going to be 4th and 13. And Iroquois takes a Ross Becker Insurance timeout.
Called by the Braves.
Ross Becker Insurance Group, with locations in Corey, Northeast, and Seneca, strives to deliver a personal and beneficial experience to its customers while providing a great place to work for its valued team members. TeamRossBecker.com. That's Ross Becker. And first time out of the second half by either team. But, again, you've just lost 10. You were at 4th and 3, and you lost 10 yards because your offense wasn't on the same page for the snap count. And, you're deep in your own territory. Do you think about just punting this away just to make it so it's not a short field for Eisenhower?
Yeah, and it would make a lot of sense. They've had, in the first half, Iroquois had 25 plays. Second half, they've had 10. They had 56 yards in the first half. Second half, they've had 14. Their offense has been out of sync pretty much from the start of the second half on. Not just penalties, but just, they just are not running as smoothly or operating as smoothly as they were in the first.
But they are going to keep the offense out there, and Copeland looking to throw. Steps into it, has a man down the sideline, but overthrew. That was number 12, Caden Krause, the intended receiver there.
Intended for Krause.
And so Eisenhower will take over at the Iroquois 30 after the turnover on downs.
Turnover downs, it's 1st and 10.
Yeah, in the first half, Copeland was 5 of 10. Here in the second half, 2 of 8. He had 42 yards passing in the first half, 11 here in the second half. So, your bread and butter, as we were saying about the passing game, getting worse when you need it the most, is not helping you either.
Yeah. Well, and again, you're playing your second game without your senior leader at quarterback, at Cole Bennett, and Copeland's been solid. And again, it's he's a freshman.
Oh yeah, he'll learn.
There's going to be some growing pains when freshmen are taking snaps more often than not. And Eisenhower, the give is to Penley, and he's swallowed up in the backfield. It looks like that was Joe Gelati on the snap. As Eisenhower, no, that wasn't Penley. That was number 10, Wyatt Trojanowski on the carry.
10, Wyatt Trojanowski.
As Eisenhower's got some of its reserve players in here with 5:25 to go in the Generational Wealth Management fourth quarter. And wisely so, Cody. I mean, there's no sense in, putting your starting quarterback and leading rusher in a position to get hurt at this point in this game.
Well, and especially given how chippy it's been here in the second half, it's an unnecessary risk.
And so it is Gelati taking the snaps, and he's letting that play clock run down. And give right up the middle. I believe that is Giesing still on the carry. As we talked about with some of these smaller schools, you do have a limited number of reserves you can play in there. As Giesing was on the carry there, but he's going to come out.
3rd and 10, Mike.
Yeah, when you pull your starters,
and here comes Gelati. So now we got to see who's going to be taking the snaps here. And it is number 17, Thane Gorley, under center on this 3rd and 10. And Gurley with the toss.
Thane Gorley under center. Number
to Trojanowski.
Number 10, Wyatt Trojanowski.
A gain of about a yard. Bring up 4th down as we're under 4 minutes to go. Generational Wealth Management fourth quarter.
And Penley doing the right thing here, not just keeping his starters protected, his starting quarterback protected, but it gets you an opportunity to try a couple other guys under center. Because as we see with Iroquois, you never know when you're going to have to put a sophomore or a freshman quarterback in there, and you don't want his first season snaps to be his first.
Well, and you're developing, situational awareness too. You've got a 4th and 10 in the opponent at the opponent's 30-yard line. You got to make a play happen here. Give us a Trojanowski trying to go to left side, and again, nothing doing there. As Iroquois defense was all over it, so Knights will give it right back after 4 straight runs. So now Iroquois takes over, 3:17 to play. And don't forget to stay tuned to the Icy Inc. post-game show. We'll have final game stats, a look at the out-of-town scoreboard, and, of course, our Icy Inc. player of the game interview. And we'll see what Iroquois comes up with here. 1st and 10 at its own 30. Reserves on the field for Eisenhower as Jacobzak runs off and
Hammerbeck's off.
Gelati taking over Jacobzak's safety position. I think there's a miscommunication there. As Scott was looking to hand off, and there was nobody to hand it to. Lucky to get back to the line of scrimmage there. Brings up a 2nd and 10 as we're under 3 minutes to go. And this is a point where, and there's the hard count again. This time it looked like he got Lindemuth. But this is a point where you've got some reserve players in defensively, and, Iroquois was kind of ready to go before Eisenhower broke the hollow. You can take advantage of that if you're the Iroquois offense. You catch them a little off guard.
Yeah, if you're Iroquois and you're trying to come away with this with something positive, with some points on the board, this is a perfect opportunity to do so.
So now it's 2nd and 5. Copeland under pressure. And he's going to get drugged down from behind by Nolan Giesing. Excuse me, that was number 6, Cashmore. That's 6 and that 8 on those jerseys. They got to get a bigger gap in between. The 6 and the 8 are just right next to each other.
It bunches up, too. I've noticed.
And just to update again, you Warren County fans, with 8:58 to go in the fourth quarter, Warren leading Franklin 14-6 as Iroquois is taking its second Ross Becker Insurance timeout. And, Cody, how huge would that be for the Warren football program to end that 24-game skid and do it against one of their longest-standing rivals in Franklin?
Yeah, I mean, I think it would be massive, and I think, everybody kind of knows the history, the recent history with the consolidation and everything. Sheffield students now going to Warren, they went through a similar skid, and I was there to cover that. We saw that game, and it's a huge hurdle to get over, and a lot of people wouldn't really envision that, but that first win, that mountain just gets higher and higher with every game, with every loss. So to get over that, it's like resetting. It's resetting where you're at, and it's a jumping off point.
Well, and even if they were to falter here down the stretch, and Franklin would come back and win, you lost close, and that's in and of itself a huge hurdle.
Oh, absolutely.
There was some movement before the snap there as that pass is incomplete. That ball clearly hit the ground. As that was Rex Brown taking the snap for Iroquois. We'll bring up a 4th and 5. And that was one of the things in one of the many conversations I've had with Eisenhower coach Jim Penley over the years. He told me about a seminar he went to with, Hall of Fame coach Bobby Bowden. And, people were asking Coach Bowden about, how do you build a powerhouse program, when you take over somebody that's been on a lengthy skid or not been performing well. He said the first thing you got to do is teach them how to lose close.
Yeah, absolutely.
And that's the one thing in that stretch is Brown back to throw again, and it's tipped and incomplete. And in that stretch, none of those games have been particularly close. A couple of 12 to 14 point margins has been the closest. So again, even you'd like to see them hold on and get that win and just kind of end it all together. But, even if something were to happen there, Franklin comes back or whatever, and if you keep that a one-score game, that in and of itself is progress.
Yeah, and in the seasons leading up to Sheffield's first win, Corbar was the coach there at one point, and then Mike Barr. And the conversations that I had with them was very same tone. And now Corbar's the coach in Warren, so he's not foreign to this atmosphere. And I have to imagine that's the message that he's projecting to his team.
We've got some whistles as Iroquois is going to take its final Ross Becker Insurance timeout. TeamRossBecker.com. That's Ross Becker. And getting back to this game now, if you're Eisenhower, you've won 2 straight. You get your first region win of the season, which is always every time you can win in region, you're going to take that as a positive. You do it, in a fairly convincing manner here. Again, we talked about it. It never really felt like this game was that close, even when it was only 7-0.
Right.
It had that kind of feel to it.
Yeah, it's been Eisenhower's game. I guess you could say Eisenhower's game to lose, and they certainly didn't do that.
Give to Trojanowski off the left side. Gain of about 5.
Yeah, it was Eisenhower set the tone, pretty early on, and it wasn't with some big elaborate play. It was just the way that they were coming onto the field, the way that they were running the ball. You could tell that they were going to eventually start chipping away at the scoreboard or start adding to the scoreboard in kind of a slow build to a dominant game.
It's 2nd and 6 now for the Knights in the final 70 seconds of this one. And they're going to have a stretch here where they're going to have a couple of tough games. They get Northwestern here at home next week. Then they are at Cochranton and at Union City. And certainly you look at Cochranton and Union City are definitely winnable games for them. Northwestern was struggling a little bit today, but Eisenhower is now a 2A school, but they got moved up because of that consolidation you mentioned as the pitch is to Trojanowski and skirts away from a tackle and gains some yards. But if they can come back next week and get a win over Northwestern here, that's going to put them in a really good position within their region when they're going to have tough games against Seneca and Mercyhurst Prep coming up.
Yeah, absolutely, Brian. And that's part. That's part of it. You want to try to have yourself in a position so when you face these tougher teams and things, you as a team are in a good spot. Not just with the product on the field, but your overall record and your region record.
And speaking of overall record and being in a good spot, this game has gone final. Your final score from Eisenhower, the Knights, 34. Iroquois, nothing. Eisenhower moves to 2-1 on the season. Iroquois falls to 0-3. We will be back with the Icy Ink postgame show right after this high school football on your daily local on the YDL Sports Network.
Ready to break into a rewarding career? Elwood National Forge can help. Elwood National Forge produces critical defense-rated parts to all branches of the United States military, meaning each day our employees are doing their part to support the men and women protecting our country. With multiple positions currently available and several career paths to choose from, Elwood National Forge offers on-site and on-the-job training, competitive pay and benefits, including 401k and insurance that start the date of hire, paid time off, and long-term job security. We'd love to support you in building a career. To learn more about becoming part of the Elwood National Forge family, visit enfjobs.com.
For all your automotive needs, look no further than the Warren Tire Center. From new tires to tire repairs, PA state inspections, wheel alignments, and auto detailing, there's so much more that we can do for you, and there's no reason to go anywhere but the Warren Tire Center in Warren, Pennsylvania. With over 40 years of serving the Warren and surrounding communities, it's always been a great day at the Warren Tire Center. We offer same-day service and walk-ins are welcome. Open Monday through Friday from 7:30 a.m. to 5 p.m., the Warren Tire Center can be reached at 814-723-8050 and on the web at warrentirecenter.com.
You've got dreams. Might even be something big. Imagine what you could do with the right solutions. Secured against evolving threats and set up to make the right decisions faster. At Acrisure, we help protect and grow everything you've worked so hard to build. We are the brightest people using the best of technology. We are an extraordinary advantage for you. We are Acrisure.
Here at the Warren County Chamber of Business and Industry, we like to focus on our community and help our local businesses expand and succeed.
Why join WCCBF? Not only do we offer a way for local businesses to grow and prosper, but we also provide business development, community involvement, and member benefits.
Becoming a member of WCCBI includes benefits such as networking and ribbon cutting.
Become a member or to see additional information, visit WCCBI.org today.
With locations in Shippensville and Tionesta, Tionesta Builder Supply is a full-service home improvement center specializing in everything you need to build or remodel your home. From power tools and accessories to paint and sundries and general hardware merchandise, Tionesta Builders has everything you need to get your project done quickly. Find out more at tionestabuilders.us and like them on Facebook.
At AGI Industries in Clarendon, our state-of-the-art fabrication facility brings your custom-engineered products to life. With cutting-edge machinery and skilled professionals, we deliver precision-crafted solutions tailored to your needs. From trench box and storage container rentals to sandblasting, refurbishing, and painting equipment, plus expert metal fabrication, compressor stations, filters, separators, ASME vessels, and pig loaders, AGI Industries is your one-stop shop for quality and innovation. Call 814-728-6050 for more information or to secure a rental.
When it's your special day, we know you want everything to be just perfect. That's why at the Allegheny Grill in Foxburg, we spared no expense in creating our new indoor-outdoor wood-framed event center with waterfalls, gorgeous views of the Allegheny River, a fire pit, and plenty of parking. The Allegheny Grill in Foxburg will take care of everything from catering to bartending, so all you have to do is bring the fun. We do it all for your wedding, anniversary party, corporate event, and so much more. One look at our new facility and we know you'll fall in love. And remember, the view is always free at the Allegheny Grill in Foxburg, PA.
Providing in-depth audio, video, and written coverage of high school and small college sports across Western Pennsylvania. The YDL Sports Network. If you love sports, this is the place to be.
Welcome into the Icy Inc. post-game show here from Eisenhower, where the final the Knights defeat Iroquois 34-0 and prove to 2-1 on the year. Iroquois falls to 0-3. For all your screen printing and embroidery needs, call Icy Inc. at 814-688-0034. Visit them at icyinc.com. That's ICYYinc.com. Let's meet, drink coffee, and design some cool shirts. Be cool. Wear icy. And apologize, we got caught off guard a little bit there.
Yeah,
Cody coming
absolutely.
in. Somebody was making a phone call or something and said somebody was napping, and then they need to watch out for deer, which is, I mean, that's a very Pennsylvania thing.
Yeah, it's like the most Pennsylvania post-football thing is like, how was the game? Watch out for deer. Wake up.
All right, let's get right into it. Let's take a look first at our Hunter Station Golf Club scoring summary. You can score a great round of golf at Hunter Station Golf Club just outside of Tionesta, online at hunterstation.com.
So in the first quarter, with 2 minutes left to go, it was Logan Penley with a 5-yard run to score the first points of the game. Wilkins got the kick for the Knights to go up 7-0. In the second quarter, with 3:05 left, it was Penley again with a 4-yard run. That kick failed. The Knights were up 13-0. In the third, with 7:28 to go, Penley completing that 5-4-3 run. He had a 3-yard run. Wilkins got the kick, 20-0 Knights. Then we go over to the fourth quarter. Caleb Jacobzak finally gets his chance with a 4-yard run. Wilkins got that kick, and that's 27-0 with 7:54 to go. Penley with his fourth touchdown of the night, a 5-yarder on the near side of the field. Wilkins got the kick, 35-zip Knights.
That was our Hunter Station Golf Club scoring summary. Let's take a look now at the Warren Forest High Ed Council final game stats. The Warren Forest High Ed Council has been serving Warren and Forest County for more than 40 years. Visit high-ed.com. High Ed, your access to lifelong learning.
So we'll start with the Knights and their overall team stats. They ran 56 plays for 229 offensive yards. They averaged about 4.1 yards per play, 3 of 9 passing for 36 yards. They did have 1 interception and 47 carries overall as a team for 193 yards on the ground. All 5 of their touchdowns on the ground as well. They did have 4 fumbles, 3 recovered, and one lost and 3 recovered, and 12 penalties. Kind of the blemish of the night for the Knights. They had 12 penalties for 95 yards. 75 of those yards came in the second half. Individual for the Knights, Jacobzak, 15 carries, 68 yards. He had that 1 score, averaged about 4.5 yards per carry, and had an 18-yarder as his longest. Penley had 18 carries for 79 yards. Again, had those 4 touchdowns, averaged 4.4 yards per carry. His longest was 12 yards. And Giesing, three carries for 11 yards. Gelati, 6 carries for 27 yards. And Trojanowski with 5 carries for 8 yards. Jacobzak finished 3 of 9, 36 yards, and had that INT. And Gelati, Giesing, and Lindemuth each had a catch, with Giesing's being the longest with 19 yards. On the Iroquois side of the ball, 40 offensive plays for 70 total offensive yards. Man, they averaged 1.8 yards per play. It was 2.2 in the first half, 0.9 in the second half. So pretty significant drop off there. Went 7 of 20 passing for 53 yards. Had 3 interceptions, 20 carries for 17 yards on the ground. They had 2 fumbles, recovered both of them, and had 10 penalties for 79 yards, 64 of those coming in the second half as well. On the ground, Caden had 7 carries for 19 yards. He was their leading rusher. Coquelin went 7 of 18 for 53 yards. Again, had those 3 interceptions. Olowinski, sorry about that, Brian, when these last names had 2 receptions for 18 yards, and Alderson had 2 receptions for 19 yards for the Braves.
Those were our Warren Forest High Ed Council final game stats. Visit high-ed.com for more info. We will be right back with our Icy Ink Player of the Game right after this.
Founded in 1978 and headquartered in Warren, Pennsylvania General Energy has become a leading oil and natural gas producer in the Appalachian Basin. PGE is a proud and growing organization making positive contributions to the region's economy and environment. We are equally proud of our commitment to safety and environmental programs. PGE is a strong, family-oriented company that believes in giving back to the communities in which we live, work, and play. PGE, producing the energy we need, protecting the environment we treasure.
Here at the Warren County Chamber of Business and Industry, we like to focus on our community and help our local businesses expand and succeed.
Why join WCCBF? Not only do we offer a way for local businesses to grow and prosper, but we also provide business development, community involvement, and member benefits.
Becoming a member of WCCBI includes benefits such as networking and ribbon cutting.
Become a member or to see additional information, visit WCCBI.org today.
And we're back here on the Icy Ink post-game show with our Icy Ink player of the game, Eisenhower's Logan Penley, 18 carries, 79 yards, 4 touchdowns on the night. Logan, what was working so well for you on the ground tonight?
Honestly, I think our line has made big steps forward in driving off the ball, and I mean, especially after the first 2 weeks having a rough time playing a full game, they really had the drive this time to get off the ball almost every single play and just, help me get 7-8 yards every single play, and a few of those got in or broke free for a little bit more than that.
So Cody and I were talking during the game. Your first touchdown was 5 yards. Then you had one from 4. Then you had one from 3. We thought you were just counting down the game for us here, but that last one went for 5 yards again.
Yeah. I think honestly it's a game of football. I think a big job for a running back is close yardage. You got to be able to hand the ball to the running back, and he's got to be able to put it in.
And so, Cody was going over the stats here a minute ago. In the second half, defensively, you guys held Iroquois to less than a yard per play. What adjustments were you able to make in the locker room at halftime that allowed your defense to be so successful?
I think considering, one for us guys coming back from Eisenhower, but also these last 2 games, we had a struggle coming out after halftime and really coming back in the game. So everyone in the locker, all of us had the same feeling in our chest, like we're not letting this happen again. 13-0 after halftime is not that high up. So we wanted to come out, and few of us, like we always say, blood's in the water, keep hunting. Like Reynolds did to us week 1. Mm-hmm. After they got up, they didn't let go. They kept putting it on us. So.
So you guys open the season, a couple of road games now. You get to come home tonight and have a big 34-0 win in your home opener. How good did that feel to christen the home field this season?
Oh, it felt amazing. To come out and have a game like that. When it started, but as a game went on, you could just feel it and feel the energy, and it felt so amazing. Something I honestly never felt before.
So a lot of talk in Warren County has been, school reconfiguration, consolidation, whatever you want to call it this year. You guys being Eisenhower kind of absorbing Youngsville. Now that you're 3 weeks into the season, how has that chemistry been building for you guys as a team?
Honestly, I felt it was solid before for week 1, honestly. By crash week, even because most of the guys were there over the summer, by crash week, we were all like family already. And but obviously as time goes on, we become even more and more close, and it feels like they've been here forever. It doesn't even feel like they're outcasts or anything.
So you get a home opening win, you get a region opening win here against a Region 3 opponent. You got another big region opponent coming in here next week in Northwestern. And again, with that merger, you guys have bumped up a class to 2A. Yep. How important is it to get your 2A part of the region schedule off to a good start with a win against Northwestern next week?
I think it's going to be a big example of how we're going to play against these 2A teams. Obviously, if we go to playoffs, there's going to be some hard teams in there, and I think playing against 2A teams even bigger than that is really going to show how playoffs might look this year.
Our Icy Ink player of the game, Eisenhower's Logan Penley, 4 touchdowns, 79 yards on the ground. Logan, congratulations, and good luck the rest of the way. Thank you. We'll be back with the end of our Icy Inc. postgame show right after this on Your Daily Local and the YDL Sports Network.
Ready to break into a rewarding career? Elwood National Forge can help. Elwood National Forge produces critical defense-rated parts to all branches of the United States military, meaning each day our employees are doing their part to support the men and women protecting our country. With multiple positions currently available and several career paths to choose from, Elwood National Forge offers on-site and on-the-job training, competitive pay and benefits, including 401k and insurance that start the date of hire, paid time off, and long-term job security. We'd love to support you in building a career. To learn more about becoming part of the Elwood National Forge family, visit enfjobs.com.
When it's your special day, we know you want everything to be just perfect. That's why at the Allegheny Grill in Foxburg, we spared no expense in creating our new indoor-outdoor wood-framed event center with waterfalls, gorgeous views of the Allegheny River, a fire pit, and plenty of parking. The Allegheny Grill in Foxburg will take care of everything from catering to bartending, so all you have to do is bring the fun. We do it all for your wedding, anniversary party, corporate event, and so much more. One look at our new facility and we know you'll fall in love. And remember, the view is always free at the Allegheny Grill in Foxburg, PA.
And that, I'll get these.
And we're back here on the Icy Inc. post-game show. For all your screen printing and embroidery needs, call Icy Inc. at 814-688-0034. Visit them online at icyinc.com. That's ICYY-Inc.com. And now let's take a look at our Generational Wealth Management Out-of-Town Scoreboard. World-class investment services and internationally recognized insurance products from Northwestern Mutual and industry leader. Find out more at gwm.nm.com. We'll start first over in District 9. Last night it was Union AC Valley over Keystone 15-14. In a game that has gone final now, Port Allegheny tops Central Clarion 27-14 in a battle of state finalists from last year. In the third quarter, Brockway leading Red Bank Valley 42-6. Another game that's gone final, Kame comes back from a 17-0 halftime deficit to top Ridgeway 24-17. St. Mary's defeats Brookville 24-14. In the third quarter, DuBois leading Karnes City 49-35. Monotale leading Bucktail 22-0 at the half. Clearfield leading Phillipsburg Osceola 21-8 in the fourth quarter. Punxsutawney defeats Bradford 58-13. Cameron County leading Smethport 38-14 in the fourth. Otto Eldred leading Countersport 42-6 in the fourth quarter. And in the second quarter, Mount Union 20, Kerwinsville 14. Over in District 10 in the fourth quarter, Riverside, Ohio 26, Cathedral Prep 7. Fort LaBeouf 31-13 over Corey in the third quarter. General McLean leading Oil City 21-7 in the third. Northeast and Harbor Creek tied at 14 in the fourth. Also in the fourth quarter, Girard leading Fairview 32-19. Hickory all over Connie at 49-0 at the half. Sagertown tops Lakeview 26-22. In the third quarter, Greenville 35, Cambridge Springs 7. Cochranton defeated Maplewood 30-14. Grove City's leading Titusville 27-16 in the fourth. Sharon 28, Slippery Rock 6 in the third. Last reports from the half, or Wilmington 35, Northern Bedford 16, and Mercyhurst Prep 42, Northwestern 6. In the fourth quarter, Reynolds pitching a shutout over Mercer 18-0. Austintown Fitch in Ohio defeated Erie 28-0, while Chardon in Ohio defeated McDowell 26-9. In the fourth quarter, Brookfield, Ohio 40, Sharpsville 21. The Farrell at Ursuline, Ohio game was canceled and a forfeit given to Farrell after all the controversy going on in Ursuline. And tomorrow afternoon, Union City is at Seneca for a 1 p.m. kickoff. And in a game that just went final that you could see right here on the YDL Sports Network, Warren ends its 24-game losing streak with a 14-6 win at Franklin. Congratulations to head coach Chris Corbar and his Dragons, ending that 24-game slide and getting a huge road win for that football program.
Yeah, it is huge, and it's a big, like we were talking, while the game was still going on, it's a hurdle. Mm-hmm. Does that mean they're going to win the rest of the season? No. But what it means is these kids, especially your freshmen and your sophomores, they now know what winning feels like. And some of these upperclassmen, they might not have experienced the last win.
Right.
So you've got a team of athletes now that now know what it's like to win, and that's going to be their driving force. And they might lose. They might not win another game this year, but they go into next year knowing we won one last year. Yeah. Let's make it 2 this year.
You've got the monkey off your back.
Yes.
Nobody's from today on. Nobody's talking about, hey, you haven't won in 2 years anymore, right? And now you've erased that talk, and now it's okay. How do we string victories together? Mm-hmm. How do we win 2, 3, 4 in a row and get back to being a team that's a perennial playoff contender?
Absolutely.
And, and again, talk about teams that know how to win 2, 3 in a row. Eisenhower, with a 34-0 victory over Iroquois, has won its second straight, has another big one right here next week against Northwestern in the District 10 Region 3 contest. And even bigger now that Eisenhower has been bumped up to Class 2A. Mm-hmm. Northwestern is one of those 2A teams, and those are the teams that they've got to beat in the regular season to get playoff positioning now in the postseason.
Yeah, absolutely. These are huge games, and this is, back-to-back wins. You start to get a little bit of momentum, but there is a lot they need to clean up. These penalties, as we talked about during the game, these penalties, these fumbles, things like that, they cannot happen in these bigger games.
Yes. Well, and especially knowing that you're going to have your next 2 on the road. Mm-hmm. If you can come back here next week at home and get a win against a 2A team, a solid 2A team in Northwestern, that sets you up, because then you've got Cochranton and Union City on the road before you come back home. But potentially those are games also that become winnable for you if you win here next week. And now you're maybe looking at a 4-game winning streak before you come back home in 3 weeks.
Yeah, and Iroquois hung tough with Cochranton for a good part of that game. So they've got some challenges coming up.
Well, that will do it for our coverage here from the Pasture of Pain at Eisenhower. Again, your final, Eisenhower 34, Iroquois nothing. For Cody Elms, this is Brian Hagberg on Your Daily Local saying thank you so much for watching and enjoy the rest of your weekend.